Johnson is the deep back, and he takes it on the 4-yard line. Larry's to the 20 and drops about the 24. So Baltimore will go to work on their own 24-yard line, first down, with Mike Bagel at quarterback. He's the rookie out of Arizona State. Curtis Dickey and Randy McMillan will be the 2 running backs. And they want to stay on the field, as Lynn was talking about. That keeps the Charger offense off of the field. Matt Buzza, Tim Sherwin, and Ray Butler are the receivers. Sinnott, Hudson, Donaldson, Huff, and Hart, the offensive line. This is Mike Bagel, 6'2", 201 pounds, as Ray Butler comes in motion. Randy McMillan, and he is met by the defense of the Chargers, led by Louis Kelcher. We'll mark it for no gain. We'll look at the defense. Leroy Jones, Louis Kelcher, Gary Johnson, and Keith Ferguson. The linebackers, David Lewis, starting for Lyndon King, Cliff Thrift, and Woodrow Lowe. Secondary, Jeff Allen, Mike Williams, Tim Fox, and Bruce Laird, who spent 10 years with the Colts. Second down and 10. Both wide receivers on the far side. Curtis Dickey comes to the near side with McMillan, the running back, and he tries the right corner and goes out of bounds across the 30, where Dewey Selman makes the tackle.
Charlie, right away, if you noticed on first down, the San Diego Chargers had just about everybody up on that line of scrimmage anticipating the run. They know what Baltimore wants to do. They want to keep that offensive unit of the San Diego Chargers off the field. On the first play, number 74, big Louis Kelcher, knifed through and made the stop. They put him in a passing situation on second down, and now they're still in a passing situation on third down.
It'll be third down and 3. Butler comes to the right side. Buzza to the far side. Four on the batter. He can scramble for it. Hit from behind, but his momentum will carry. Mike Bagel for the first down will take another look.
He was looking for a receiver. No one was open. And like a lot of young quarterbacks, when they look at their primary receiver, he's not open, he takes off. There's a big opening right there, right up the middle. He knows he needs 3 yards to get the first down. He takes off, but he better put that ball away because it was almost stripped from him by look like big Leroy Jones. But it is a first down for Baltimore, and they so far are accomplishing what they set out to do. Keep the ball on the ground, keep it away from the Chargers.
Both wide receivers, far side, first down, 38-yard line. Dickey then comes back in motion, little swing.
He better get on that ball. I know that.
They're going to rule it as an incomplete forward pass, but ever so close. The throw to McMillan of being a lateral or a backward pass, and that means it's a live ball.
Most of the time, a backfield coach will tell you, don't take any chances. If you don't get it, go after it, pick it up, let the officials make the call. But I've seen many times when a receiver thought it was a forward pass and actually it was a lateral, and the other team came up with a football.
Baltimore on first down, they like to use screens and play action. I understand the play action. I do not understand the screen so much on first down.
All they're trying to do is get the ball out to a back away from all of the interior defensive linemen.
In other words, a controlled offense.
That's it.
Quick pass far side on a quick out to Matt Buzza is incomplete. So it'll be third down and 10 at the 38-yard line. Mike Williams at the defensive coverage.
That was a quick pass, so you don't really have to worry about the rush that much. And here it is, Gary Big Hand Johnson's coming in, getting penetration. The offensive guard, Hudson, just riding him right by the quarterback, but the quarterback only took about 2 steps, Charlie, and got rid of that football.
So Bagel now is 0 for 2. Bernard Henry comes in, the tight end comes out. Baltimore with 3 wide receivers. Third and 10. Pressure pass is tipped away, incomplete. Dickey.
Got it.
Are they going to give it to him with a second effort? I thought it hit the ground, but he didn't.
Bernard Henry, number 88, Charlie, on a deflected pass, dove after it. It was a close call, but the official said, yes, he did make the reception, and looky here. Baltimore has another first down.
Was it Henry or was it Buzza?
See, the ball is tipped by the linebacker, 53 Lewis, and here it comes.
It's Matt Buzza, number 85.
Number 85, I thought it was 88.
All right, it's the first down Baltimore. They have a break at their own 49-yard line. As McMillan tries the right side, he rambles inside the 40-yard line of San Diego. A first down at the Charger 38-yard line where Keith Ferguson makes the tackle.
Charlie, you mentioned at the top of the show, this could go one way or another with the explosiveness of San Diego. If they're on the field a great deal, they could run up a lot of points. Now, here it is, the back coming along, good blocking. 63 Hudson made a good block, sprung him open, picked up excellent yardage. Now they're in a first down situation. They're moving that football. More importantly, they're keeping it away from San Diego.
Cleveland Franklin in for Randy McMillan. First down, Baltimore at the Charger 38-yard line. Curtis Dickey.
Fumble.
Dickey fumble. And San Diego has the ball. Cliff Thrift. That's a look at Tim Fox. He also was in on the play. We'll take a timeout as San Diego has the football. No score in the ball game. We have 10 minutes and 11:54 time left. First quarter. We'll be back in a moment to look at the Charger offense.
Only one truck can be America's lowest price truck. It's Mazda's B2000 Sundowner, and that $57.95 price includes standard features Datsun and Toyota don't even offer on their economy trucks, like a 5-speed, steel-belted radials, tinted glass, full carpeting, and Mazda B2000 Sundowner even gets better gas mileage.
Only Mazda's got a truck for just $57.95.
This is the largest truck plane in the free world. Hi, Don. My name is Jim White. I'm the plant manager here. I chose Bell because I expect my communication system, and I mean voice and data, to be a tool that helps me do my job. The Bell people say, Jim, you don't have to know how to keep the system running. We'll do that for you. And they do. That's what I call service, and that's why we chose Bell.
The knowledge business.
Today's game is brought to you by Mazda, who invites you to experience the low-price Mazda B2000 Sundowner. By your Bell Phone Center. It's ingenious, it's genuine Bell, it's at your Bell Phone Center. And by Intellivision, endless entertainment from Mattel Electronics. Chargers on offense from their own 36-yard line with Dan Fouts, the quarterback. The Colts defense with 5 men in the secondary. The connection is there. Number 89, Wes Chandler. 39-yard line of the Baltimore Colts. The officials will mark it at the Baltimore 40-yard line. Derek Hatchett was there for the Colts. And the Chargers come out bang, Fouts, Campbelletti, and Muncie in the backfield. Three great receivers, Joyner, Chandler, and Winslow. A gain of 24 in that last play. And this is the line that gives protection to Dan Fouts.
That is really an understatement. They give him great protection.
First down, San Diego. Tipped, incomplete. Eric Sievers, the intended receiver, so it'll be second down and 10. Now a look at the Colt defense with Thompson, Wisniewski, and Jenkins the front three. Simmons, Cooks, Krause, and Braceland the linebackers. Burroughs, Hatchett, Anderson, and Glasgow in the secondary.
Kellen Winslow is being taken to the sideline. Now that is bad news for the San Diego Chargers. Looks like an ankle or a knee hobbling a little on that.
Winslow tied for first in receiving in the American Conference with 41 receptions coming into the ballgame. Swing to Muncie right side. He'll end up losing yardage as Joe Harris was there for the defense.
He's stopped by number 50, Joe Harris.
That time they had an all-out blitz going after Fouts. He got rid of the football. Fortunately for Baltimore, they made the tackle on Big Chuck Muncie. Now we're taking a look at Kellen Winslow. Now the doctors are got a final. Cincinnati defeating Seattle 24-10. Another final. Pittsburgh coming back, scoring 37 points, defeating New England 37-14. Steelers had only scored one touchdown in 3 ball games.
Incomplete. Charlie Joyner, the intended receiver, bounced, was right on the mark. Glasgow had the coverage. Another score.
Another final. Tampa Bay edging Detroit. Tampa Bay coming from behind, win it 23-21. Last week, Charlie, you recall we did the Buffalo-Tampa Bay game. They won that one by 1 point. Another final. The Browns still keeping their hopes alive for a playoff spot, defeating Houston 20-14.
Number 7.
Maury Buford is into punt. Larry Anderson is set for the return. So the Chargers on their first offensive thrust had only the one big play, and that was the opening play offensively for them.
I think you can also see the hitting that Baltimore is doing out there. They jarred the ball loose a couple of times from receivers.
This is only the ninth time that Buford has punted since the strike. Ninth time since the strike. It goes out at the 21-yard line. Baltimore has the football. We have no score. Just over 10 minutes left to go. We're in the first quarter. We'll be back.
In 1983, Intellivision owners won't believe their luck, because while others are asking you to buy a completely new system, Mattel Electronics is revolutionizing Intellivision, making gameplay like this possible simply by adding a computer keyboard.
And now, during this holiday season, Intellivision buyers won't believe their luck, because if you buy an Intellivision master component before December 31st, 1982, Mattel Electronics will send you a $50 rebate. Happy holidays with a $50 rebate from the makers of Intellivision.
Hertz announces free gifts that are worth getting, like an autographed O.J. Simpson football with only one rental.
Forget that sissy stuff. Rent from Hertz just once and walk away with 6 top-name golf balls.
Oh, yeah? Well, how about a calculator or a stadium blanket or a koala bear?
Now, hold on, O.J. Some people may rent more than once. If they do, they can choose from the kind of quality gifts you'd expect from Number 1.
It's part talk show, part game show, and totally outrageous. It's Just Men, the show where celebrity heartthrobs let it all hang out. Premiering Monday, January 3rd.
Second time in the ball game the Colts have had the football. Another final.
All right, 38-7, Green Bay over Atlanta. Green Bay team that was tied last week by this Baltimore club. Play pass.
On target. Ray Butler. First down for the Baltimore Colts. David Lewis and Bruce Laird making the tackle. So the first impression, the Colts able to move the football against San Diego.
Yes, they have, and that was a play-action pass, and the quarterback had plenty of time to look downfield. The receivers had the opportunity to work on those defensive backs. That's what they've got to do. They want to run against San Diego, but the thing that you can do against San Diego is throw the football.
Of 17, first down. Randy McMillan. McMillan to the 42. He picks up 4. It'll be second down and 6.
Charlie, one of the concerns, I think, of San Diego and the coaching staff is, are these guys ready to play? Look at number 79, Gary Johnson. Now, he is pursuing down the line of scrimmage, gets involved in the tackle, and makes the hit on it, helps bring down the ball carrier. So looking from that particular play, I'd say that Gary Johnson is ready to play in this ball game.
McMillan, 3 carries, 24 yards rushing. Defensive change as Kelcher comes out. Dewey Selman, 4th linebacker, replaces him, second and 6. Leroy Jones made the first tackle. Curtis Dickey, the ball carrier, had a hand on his ankle and came down. And then he picked up some help for the rest of the secondary.
A 2-yard advance to the 44-yard line.
Gain of a couple to the 44, so it's third down and 4 for Baltimore.
And ordinarily, this is a passing situation. Last time they were in 3rd and 3, they threw the football.
And they've converted on 2 of 3 third down opportunities. Double tight in on the set. McMillan, the remaining back. Flag is down. Pass is complete into the left flat and close to the first down, but there was a marker on the play. Swing pass to Randy McMillan. Woodrow Lowe was there for the defense. We'll go back and pick up the flag.
I saw a San Diego defensive lineman move, but I don't know whether he got back in time.
Don Coryell, the head coach of the Chargers. Frank Cush, head coach of the Baltimore Colts.
2 completely different types of coaches. Both have been very successful. Frank Cush at the collegiate level and also in the Canadian Football League for 1 year. But their styles of coaching are different, Charlie.
Definitely, definitely. Referee Fred Silva and the rest of the officials today.
First down.
It is a first down. It was 3rd down and 4. So the Colts have the ball at their own 49-yard line. Five on the pattern. Here's the screen. It's a tight end screen to Tim Sherwood to the 41-yard line, and a flag comes down there in Charger territory. Cliff Thrift made the tackle. Bruce Laird shaken up on the play. He's still down at the 45. Illegal use of the hands against the offense is a preliminary signal. The injury timeout with Bruce Laird down, stopping the clock with 8:01 left to go in the first. Laird has been bothered by a rib problem and may have re-injured it.
I don't know. It looks like they're working on his legs, Charlie.
First down.
Illegal block by Ray Butler. The down will go over. We'll take a timeout. We have no score between the San Diego Chargers and the Baltimore Colts. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
Finished. Change.
I'm not finished. I'm finished.
Take out chart B.
Not finished.
Why put together your documents the hard way?
I'm finished. What?
When IBM has office systems that can revise large documents.
I revised the contracts for the meeting. They're fine, and they're on their way.
And even send them across the country completely collated. Now that's a lot easier, isn't it?
I'm finished.
Add this.
Delete this.
I'm finished.
This is it.
Excitement.
Friday is the last day to get 10.9% financing on 100% pure driving excitement on all new 1982 Pontiacs. 10.9% on Firebird, Pontiac 6000, T1000, Phoenix, J2000, Bonneville Model G, and Grand Prix.
Excitement.
But hurry, you must take retail delivery by Friday to get this low 10.9% financing. At Pontiac, we build
Excitement.
Let's take a look at the penalty. Lynn?
Tim Sherwood, the tight end, is on the screen. It looks like to the top left of your screen, number 80, that's Ray Butler, pushes San Diego defensive man in the back. That is illegal, and they take it back. Now it's first down once again.
1st and 11 at the 48. Penalty marked off from the spot of the foul. Cleveland Franklin, the ball carrier, and he will get 1 yard where he's met by Louis Kelcher. Kelcher listed at 310 pounds. Now the scales for the Chargers only go to 300 pounds, so the 10 is an estimate and a low one.
You've taken a look at Louis then up close.
Yes.
He is large, and he was laying on the back of that running back, and there's no way he was going to get any yardage.
2nd down and 10. Bagel throws. First down. Tim Sherwood, the tight end. Cliff Thrift with the tackle at the 33-yard line of San Diego. So Baltimore is doing exactly what they have wanted to do. We're moving on the 7-minute mark. Time remaining first quarter.
49, Andre Young replacing Bruce Laird, who's Laird is out with an injury. He's taking a look at the quarterback. They're in the zone defense. This is an outstanding reception by number 83, Tim Sherwood, the tight end. And Baltimore is looking like San Diego. They're moving the ball down the field. Both times they had the football. The last time they lost it on a fumble.
San Diego's offense has been on the field only one time thus far in the ballgame. We have no score. McMillan. Cliff Thrift, number 59. Again there, a loss of a couple.
This This is what you call not having any place to go. Ground level shot. 53 is Lewis. 27 is Allen. They're all stringing it out. He's looking for a place to go. There is none, and he goes down. Going to come up with a second down situation, losing 2 yards, 2nd and 12.
In motion, top of your screen. Bagel has protection, throws to Dickey. Inside the 25 to the 22, he fumbles. The Chargers will come up with it. Second turnover of the ball game. Both have been fumbles for the Baltimore Colts.
And both by Dickey also. And I don't know who came up with a football. One of the linebackers, Cliff Thrift, was in the area, number 59. There's about 4. You see him. Thrift just stripped the ball from him. Second time that he's fumbled. Second time the Chargers are going to have the ball. We'll be back in just a moment.
4 starts. Stalling. Gas line freeze. Plain gas line antifreeze often isn't enough. Get STP gas treatment. It works 3 ways to tune up your gas. STP gas treatment surrounds water and removes it. Unlike plain gas antifreeze, it also helps clear the entire fuel system and cleans the carburetor for better mileage. Satisfaction guaranteed. Don't get stopped cold. Use STP gas treatment regularly and tune up your gas.
Jeep asks, why drive a car?
Here, I'm part of town. 90 miles by car or 5 by Jeep.
Why drive a car?
I bought my Jeep Wagoneer as a second car. Then I realized, what do I need the first one for?
Why drive a car?
It says new Jeep start at just $67.65. Suppose we'll be seeing more of them. Suppose so.
Why drive a car when you can drive a Jeep?
Kick off your New Year's Day with the biggest bowl bonanza ever. First, the Fiesta Bowl. Then the granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl. Followed by the Orange Bowl. All this without ever changing your dial on NBC Sports New Year's Day.
Curtis Dickey, who fumbled the ball for the Colts, is still down in the field. The trainers are working on him. We have the injury timeout. Let's check the scoreboard, Lynn.
All right, Mr. Jones. How about the St. Louis Cardinals? They are now 5-3. They're very much in the race. 24-21, they defeated the New York Giants and did it on a Neil Lomax to Roy Green pass of 8 yards with 27 seconds remaining in the game. All right, the Jets in the first quarter leading Minnesota by the score of 7-0. Of course, the Jets look like they're headed for the playoffs. Philadelphia, who's off to a miserable start, they're leading Dallas 7-0 in the first quarter. Washington first quarter lead over New Orleans 7-0. Redskins will be in the playoffs. So will Dallas. Chicago. Well, the Rams had a few problems this year.
Quite a
7-0 the first quarter.
Yeah, they won't make the playoffs. Neither team. All right, Dickey being assisted to the far sideline. We'll try and have a report for you as soon as possible on his condition. As the Chargers go to work. Now, second time in the ball game, San Diego on offense. 5:48 left to go in the first. They have had the ball a total of 48 seconds thus far. Bounce pump fake, goes back to the same side, and it is Kellen Winslow, the intended receiver. Greg Brayson with the coverage on him. Winslow shaken up, came out of the ball game on the last offensive possession of the Chargers.
Well, he was hobbling. It looked like an ankle or a knee, but he doesn't look like anything's bothering him right now. Gets by the linebacker. The ball is thrown behind him to the outside. No way that well, I should say there's no way that he could come up with that pass because he's come up with passes like that before. But the good news for San Diego is that Kellen Winslow is back in the ball game. He's all right.
Chandler split away to the near side with Joyner in the slot. Second down and 10. Joyner in motion right side. Muncie. First down, out of bounds. 34-yard line. Larry Anderson chased him out. The report on Bruce Laird is a bruised chin. Should be back.
Well, it's good that it isn't an ankle injury or a knee injury. Big Chuck Muncie. They ought to outlaw people like this. As big as he is, about 235 or 40 pounds, and he has the speed to turn the corner and get away from those linebackers. When you get Muncie working on the ground and also catching passes. Fouts getting time to throw the football to those great receivers. They're virtually unstoppable, which they've proven the last couple of weeks. 91 points in two games against the two teams that played in the Super Bowl last year.
Number 1 in total offense in the entire National Football League. First down, 34-yard line, San Diego in their own territory. 5:37 time remaining, first quarter. We have no score between Baltimore and San Diego. Bounce right side, Winslow. He will pick up a yard, and that is all. Larry Anderson was there, the strong safety for the Baltimore Colts.
Well, they said one thing about Frank Cush's teams. They are hitters. Now, there is a pretty good indication that they are definitely hitters. Anderson came across and hit Kellen Winslow. Now, Anderson weighs about 185 or 190 pounds. Kellen Winslow's in the area of 240 to 250, but he brings him down. If you play for Frank Cush, you better hit people.
Bounce is completed 204 for 21 yards. The Colts defense, a 3-man rush, 2 linebackers, and 6 in the secondary. Here's Muncie across the 40 to about the 44. He'll be close to the first down. May not have picked it up. Joe Harris, inside linebacker, was there for Baltimore.
Well, that's twice that we've seen Chuck Muncie run the ball in the last 3 plays, and twice he's gotten to the outside. Good blocking. You see Kellen Winslow out there making good blocks. Wilkerson coming around to get involved in play. Muncie picks up about 9 yards or 9.5 yards, which puts Dan Fouts in a position where this could be a throwaway play. Now, he could go for it all on this play if he wanted to.
John Capoletti checks into the backfield. He and Muncie are there. Third down, less than a yard. Capoletti the lead block, Muncie first down. Third first down of the ball game for San Diego. Their second on this drive. Dave Simmons with the tackle, 47-yard line, first down.
Here's a final. San Francisco coming back to defeat the Chiefs 26-13. I say coming back because Kansas City early in the ball game was ahead. First quarter score. The Raiders of Los Angeles ahead of Denver 3-0. And Denver, to say that they've had a few problems to play this game is a big understatement. They had over 2 feet of snow in Denver. They had difficulty getting out of the city.
James Brooks, he pops one, almost has the first down. Nesby Glasgow makes the tackle. One of the problems now the Colts face to stop the passing about, you have to have 5 or 6 in the secondary. When you do that, Muncie and Brooks will run at you.
Capoletti, good block. Good block by the offensive line. Macy, 62. And Glasgow makes that tackle. And if he doesn't make the tackle, that's 6 points because no one else was there.
And Glasgow, the free safety, is the leading tackler for the Baltimore Colts.
And that tells you something right there. If the free safety is making the tackles, that means that, well, there it is. It's telling you how much distance you have to go for the first down. If the free safety is making more tackles than anybody else, besides having a headache, the free safety, the defensive line and the linebacker is not doing the job that they should.
Just outside the Baltimore 43-yard line. Second down and inches.
There's no yard line.
Tell exactly where the line was.
And it's still an inch.
What he's talking about, where the Charger headgear emblem is, there is not a yard line. It doesn't go all the way through, so they don't know exactly where to place it. It's a good thing that there was a first down and not a critical situation in the fourth quarter.
Brooks, cut off inside, jumps to the outside. Can't get around the corner. Good defensive play. He'll pick up a couple of yards. Larry Anderson was there. He has the first down. Fourth first down of the ball game for San Diego.
That's 2 very good tackles by Anderson, bringing down big Kellen Winslow for no gain and making that tackle on Brooks. Had he not, Brooks turned the corner. It's a long, long gain.
The report on Curtis Dickey that he was stunned on that last play and they're trying to take the cobwebs loose. He could be back in the second half. We'll wait and see. First down, Chargers. No score. Bounce. Winslow, 32-yard line. Quick 9 yards on the play. Johnny Cooks and Larry Anderson make the tackle. Second down and 1.
Charlie, that is a play, what you call the tight end is hot. If the linebacker is not to the inside, and you're taking a look at it here, Fouts reads it so very well. If there isn't a linebacker inside, Kellen Winslow is always hot. If he is open, regardless of the pass play called, they're going to get the football to him. And Fouts, Kellen Winslow do that so very, very well.
Second down and 1 at the Baltimore 32-yard line. Second back through is Brooks. Cut off inside, fights his way to the 30-yard line. He'll pick up the first down. Dave Simmons with the tackle. Good continuing effort by James Brooks. The Chargers now have 5 first downs.
And it's a good thing that he kept close to the ground because he went underneath a couple of defensive players. Here it is right there. He gets underneath Anderson. We're just bragging about Anderson making great tackles. But Brooks slipped underneath him. Enough for the first down.
1 minute and 19 seconds and counting. Time remaining. We're in the first quarter. There's no score between the Chargers and the Colts. Bounce to throw. Pump fake.
Oh, he's got him over.
Winslow's there. He'll score. Chargers on the board. For Kellen Winslow, that is his 4th touchdown of this short season. 30 yards. 76 yards on the drive in 10 plays.
Going back, excellent protection by that big offensive line. He pumps once. The defensive back took the bait on it, went with the first pump. Kellen Winslow kept going, gets the pass. He's in the end zone, an excellent throw. Number 30 is the safety man, Larry Anderson. He had man-to-man coverage on Kellen Winslow. It's something you don't like to have all the time. It resulted in 6 points that time.
Panerska, extra point is up, and it is good. So the Chargers, with a drive of 76 yards on the scoreboard. They're out in front, 7-0. We'll be back with the kickoff.
Come on, you guys, hands up. Defense.
It's your broker from Dean Witter.
I want to see you hustle.
Some people just aren't easy to please, especially when it comes to their investments.
Josie, we do it.
You look like you just heard from Dean Witter.
At Dean Witter, we can give even the hard-to-please investor something to smile about.
Okay, let's see that defense.
You look like you just heard from Dean Witter.
When a businessman is waking up in, say, Los Angeles, his main office in New York is already well into its day. And very often there's information the main office would like men such as this to have the moment they come in. Well, now, through a modern computer innovation called telemail, they can send them that information and have them punch it right up the minute they arrive.
Gee.
No, GTE.
The final collegiate performance of the nation's finest players. College football's premier all-star game. Under the beautiful skies of Hawaii. The 1983 Hula Bowl Classic on NBC Sports.
76-yard touchdown drive, 10 plays. It took 4 minutes and 39 seconds. Second offensive possession for the Chargers. Ralph Panerska, that cast is because he slipped while he was playing tennis and shattered his forearm. Doesn't bother his kicking. Larry Anderson is deep. Anderson takes it at the 8-yard line. Anderson to the 20. He was tripped as he went by. I believe it was number 52. Ray Preston, who just tripped him up, got a hand on it. All right, it's the final week of the regular season. NBC Sports will bring you an AFC afternoon. NFL 82 kicks off the action at 12:30 Eastern. At 1 o'clock, Richard Todd and the Jets battle Kansas City. Ken Anderson's Cincinnati Bengals take on the Oilers. The Buffalo Bills face New England, and the Cleveland Browns tackle the Pittsburgh Steelers. At 2 o'clock, some of you will see Miami challenge Baltimore. And at 4 o'clock, the Raiders square off with a high-powered offense. The San Diego Chargers and the Denver Broncos match up with the Seattle Seahawks. It's all next Sunday on NBC Sports, the home of the Super Bowl. So check your listings for the game and times in your area. All right, we got that out of the way.
Yes, Randy McMillan, number 32, the fullback, behind the right side of that offensive line, running at the San Diego Chargers. Now, 3-yard pickup. They've moved the ball the 2 times they've had it, but they've been doing what has plagued them all year. They've been making mistakes. Turnovers really have hurt Baltimore in this ball game. 2 fumbles.
2nd down and 7, a gain of 3 on the last play. Zachary Dixon and Randy McMillan are the running backs. Blitz is on. First sack of the ball game. 15th on the year.
Woodrow Lowe, number 51. Did not have a chance. Number 51, outside linebacker Woodrow Lowe. Here he comes. You can take a look at the offensive lineman looking around and say, whoops, I believe that was my man. That's Nat Hudson was looking around at Woodrow Lowe as he sacked his quarterback. It's one great, about the San Diego offensive line. They're a veteran line as opposed to this young offensive line of Baltimore. They're able to pick up those stunts. All put in to learn.
Loss of 9 on the sack. The gun sounds. That's the end of the first quarter. After 1, it's San Diego 7 and Baltimore nothing. We'll be back in a moment.
The test pilot who broke the sound barrier, General Chuck Yeager.
Like most of the jets that I fly, today's cars are loaded with electrical systems. That's why in my car I use the advanced technology of AC Delco. This Delco Freedom 2 battery is not low maintenance, it's no maintenance. No maintenance, no hassle.
Look for Delco's new lower prices on these 3 series. See participating outlets and save.
AC Delco is the way to go.
This is the last acid indigestion you'll ever treat with a spoon. Because all the acid neutralization in a spoon of regular Maalox or Mylanta now is concentrated in a brand new tablet. New Tums EX.
Tums EX.
EX stands for extra strength. Liquid strength. Without the spoon. Extra strength. Tums EX.
Tums EX.
Now, only Chrysler gives you 3 ways to save. 1, the only 10.9 financing on many new 83 American-built front-wheel drive cars and pickups. Ford and GM don't do that. 2, 10.9 financing on many new 82s and $300 to $1,000 back. 3, every new American-built Dodge, Plymouth, and Chrysler car comes with 5-year, 50,000-mile protection. 3 ways to save, only from Chrysler.
In the first quarter, Baltimore had the football 8 minutes and 40 seconds. They ran 17 plays. The Chargers 6:20. They ran 15 plays.
Big difference is that Baltimore moved the ball the first 2 times they had it, and they fumbled it and gave it back to San Diego.
3rd down and 16. Bagel to throw, 4-man rush. Pass is complete at the 30-yard line, close to the first down. It is Ray Butler who caught it. Mike Williams makes the tackle. And I believe will be shy of the first down by about a yard. That means that Ron Stark will come in to kick it away. Number 3 punter in the AFC with a 43.5-yard average. And he has a 5+ seconds hang time. One of the fine young punters, rookie out of Florida State. James Brooks is set for the return. Meanwhile, the officials are simply checking it out to make sure that it is not a first down.
Did you mention what round he was drafted in, the 3rd round?
Yes.
That's high.
Well, he was the second choice of the 2nd round, so the 3rd draft, yes. One thing you might notice, by the way, on the officials wearing armbands there you see with the number 11 on. That is in memory of Vince Jacobs for many years an NFL official, and that, of course, was his number.
5 times, Charlie, during the course of the year, Baltimore has gone for the first down on 4th down. I don't know whether they want to take a chance right here. I don't believe they would, but they have done it.
At their own 33. He is a good kicker.
Kicks with the right foot, too. The left.
Take it to the 7-yard line. And Brooks goes out of bounds on the return at the 24. Joe Harris was there for Baltimore. Ron Stark had really kicked the football, pushing and shoving, tippers flaring at the 35. Flags are flying. A 60-yard kick by Ron Stark. And now we'll have to sort out what all the flags were about. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
50, 57.
Both
after
sides?
the ball was dead.
After the ball was dead, be first down just where they had it at the 24-yard line. All right, we'll take a timeout. Chargers out in front of the Colts, 7-0. Their offense on the field for the third time. We'll be back to watch.
Nothing tastes like Hawaiian punch. You only have to taste it once. Taste the hot place. Ooh, far, far away. Come on and go Hawaiian. Hawaiian punch. Sail away, sail away.
We won up as a lion. Let's all give a cheer and celebrate with the Nashville beer.
Bull! Beer is not compared to the taste of the bull. Keep your kitty cat in beer. Get the Smith Small Liquor Bull. It's bold and smooth, you will surely say. It's got more taste than beer any day. So don't say beer, say bull.
My lion for a bull.
No one does it like the bull.
For Ron Stark, a kick of 60 yards, his longest of the year, and he's left-footed.
Yes, he is, and they keep talking about turn the ball over. That one got turned over 60 yards, and that's from the line of scrimmage. Where he kicked it, it had to be over 70 yards. Because the kicker will generally get back at least 15 yards from the line of scrimmage.
I almost have a feeling with the Colt defense that they have to figure their dike. They're just trying to hold off the flood, the offense of the Chargers. Here's Chuck Muncie, right side, 30, 35, first down, 40-yard line. Awesome offense. Capoletti with a key block. Barry Krause with the tackle.
John Capoletti blocks extremely well. Here it is, 46, Chuck Muncie going around. Booker's at 63. Out in front gets a block. Billy Shields, a big hole. That's what a big hole is. Number 80 is Kellen Winslow, and there's really no secret when a play works. You get blocking. That's why Capoletti has all those pads on, Charlie, because that's his role with the Chargers.
And he does it again. Leads through the whole Muncie carry. 50-yard line. He's second down about a yard. Dave Simmons with the tackle for the Colts.
I'll tell you, if Dan Fouts gets that running game going, gets those linebackers and defensive backs up around the line of scrimmage, to give those receivers some room to work behind those linebackers, they can score in a hurry.
And Fouts reads the defense so well that if you stack him with 6 men in the secondary to take away the throw, he goes right to the run. Stack against the run, he'll check off and go right to the pass. Second down and a yard. Capoletti, first down. John leads to the 41-yard line. He picks up 9 yards. Nesby Glasgow and Greg Braceland are there to stop it.
That veteran offensive line of the San Diego Chargers is starting to work. Here it is from the I formation. Looking along the line of scrimmage, big Russ Washington. Number 70 gives him a little push to help him down. But once he gets to the line of scrimmage and sees a little opening, he goes straight ahead. He's a north and south runner, which means he's headed toward the goal line.
And everyone knows the Heisman Trophy story with Capoletti, and I tell you, it's all true. He is an outstanding young man. Fouts was getting rid of the ball. He had pressure. Chandler, the intended receiver, but there was a lot of pressure. Fouts was just dumping it off. Checking the scoreboard.
Final score, Cleveland defeating Houston 20-14. Pittsburgh downing New England 37-14. Pittsburgh finally getting back on track. Tampa Bay continues for their bid for the playoffs, 23-21, defeating Detroit. Green Bay downing Atlanta 38-7. Cincinnati 24, Seattle 10. And of course, San Francisco, yes, defeating the Chiefs 26-13. St. Louis, a big surprise, I think, defeating the Giants 24-21. They've got 5 victories so far.
Second and 10. Joyner, 30-yard line, first down. Jeff Delaney makes the tackle.
Charlie Joyner just needed a few yards. How many yards did he need, Charlie, for 9,000? Here it is. He had both Joyner and Kellen Winslow coming down and delaying across the middle. And he took a look at the linebackers, see which one went what way. They went the other, and that time it was to Charlie Joyner.
Needing 48 yards to become the 6th player in NFL history to reach the 9,000-yard plateau.
And he looks, like a 22-year-old way he runs.
Muncie. has about 3 where Dave Simmons makes the tackle. It'll be second down and 7. 11 minutes and 39 seconds left to go in the second quarter. It's San Diego 7 and Baltimore nothing. Bounce has completed 6 of 10 for 73 yards and a touchdown. The touchdown pass to Winslow of 30 yards, capping that 76-yard drive in 10 plays. Coming at the 109 mark, time remaining in the first quarter. Muncie, the remaining back. About throwing behind the intended receiver. And that was number 85, Eric Sievers. Glasgow had the coverage on it.
All right, New York Jets in the second quarter leading Minnesota 7-0. Second quarter score, look at this. Philadelphia ahead of Dallas 14-7. So apparently there still is a rivalry between those two teams. Washington 7-0 over the Saints. Second quarter score, the Raiders leading Denver 3-0.
We understand that the Broncos got out, as you can look at the other scores, got out of Denver. Everybody knows about the snowstorm late last night, but what they had to do was hire helicopters to go to the players' residence to helicopter them to the Denver airport. Far side, is it complete? No, juggling it as he went out of bounds. Joyner couldn't have possession, couldn't gain possession before he got out of bounds. The first report we have is that the Denver Broncos went to Los Angeles in helicopters. Lynn and I look at it and said, they got to be kidding.
No, I don't believe it. Raiders leading Denver 10-0 second quarter. Raiders just scoring a touchdown.
Benerska field goal attempt from the 35, an attempt of 45 yards. He has hit 13 of 17, his long 51 at Luther Holding. From 45 yards out, he's got it. Crowd loves it. Chargers lead 10-0.
It's a bell remembering numbers, the future in your home. It's a bell for having fun with from the folks who built the phone. It's a bell that's so easy. It's a bell that lights the way. It's smarter and it's better. It's a bell that makes you say, it's ingenious. Terrific. It's genuine bell. It's ingenious. Genuine bell. It's a bell that makes life easy every single day. It's a bell you can count on in so many ways. Every system we're designing, every product that we do, the better ways we're finding to connect the world to you. It's ingenious. Hi, it's genuine bell. It's ingenious. Genuine bell. It's ingenious. It's genuine bell. It's ingenious. Genuine bell.
It's at your Bell Phone Center.
Along with Ralph Benerska, who will be kicking off, and Larry Anderson, who is set for the return. This is Charlie Jones and Lynn Dawson. A gorgeous afternoon. Temperature kickoff 70 degrees. Brings to mind home field advantage, making these games so important.
That's one of the reasons I'm sure that San Diego coaching staff explained the situation to the Chargers. They remember last year when you had to go north to play. You don't want to do it again this year. You got to get on that football.
It is picked up by the Chargers into the end zone. Now, the kicking team, if the ball goes 10 yards, they're going to rule that it went out of bounds. It can be recovered but not advanced by the kicking team. Now a flag goes. I believe the ruling is going to be that the ball was out of bounds, and that's an automatic 5. And you'll kick over, this time from the 30-yard line.
It's also very close. That last bounce right there did bounce out of bounds, but not by much. That's all it takes.
Number 85, Matt Booza was cutting it a little thin.
Yes, he was.
Did Benerska mean to kick off that way? Was high and very short, or did he just mishit it?
I think he mishit it.
I had the same feeling. We should have taken the hang time on the kickoff is what we should have done.
He wants to hit it and put Baltimore deep down in their territory. Now, kicking from the 30-yard line, they should get the ball in pretty good field position.
Larry Anderson, formerly with Pittsburgh. 5-year veteran set for the return. Dixon and Booza are the wingbacks. 19-yard line by Anderson to the 30. He'll return to the 34-yard line. So Baltimore will go to work there. 14 yards on the return. Jim Jodat is the man who made the tackle for San Diego.
That last time he meant to kick it that way, hoping that it would bounce around and
kind of breaks up the rhythm of the return.
You get by some people, but you know, you take a chance that way, because if it takes a hop and the guy catches it on the low line, you're talking about hang time. There is no hang time on that last kick. The guy could be back to the midfield before you know it.
This is a mix-up. Dixon ends up with the football. Pagel turned, expecting him to come to his right. He was going to his left. Let's go to New York for an update. We'll be back.
Thank you, Charlie Jones. I'm Mike Adamle in New York. In Los Angeles, the Raiders have jumped on top of the Denver Broncos. This touchdown pass, 4 yards, plunk it to Marcus Allen. The Raiders lead 10-0 in the second quarter. Charlie?
Thank you, Mike.
And it's not unusual, is it? This is the year for Marcus Allen, isn't it?
Oh, yes. That last play ended up picking up 6 yards to his 2nd down and 4, and it was a busted play. McMillan, they run this one right, and they don't get anything. Kelcher was there, along with Keith Ferguson.
Well, it's kind of hard to move Big Louie. Here, number 51 is Woody Lowe, getting penetration. Reads that it takes on the blocker at the line of scrimmage and gets involved in the play. But number 51, Woody Lowe's responsibility is make sure that it did not get outside of it.
McMillan, the remaining back. Pago throws, knocked down. It was Cliff ripped again, and what a game he has had. He has recovered the 2 fumbles. Pago now 6 of 9 for 84 yards. Dixon, the intended receiver.
Charlie, that time, that young quarterback looked at the man he was going to throw to all of the time. And you see right there, number 59, Cliff Thrift, watched the quarterback to see where he was looking at. Most young quarterbacks will do that. What you have to do is look that man off and then come back to your receiver. You know where your receiver's going, or you better know where your receiver's going.
Ron Stark kicking to Brooks. Second punt of the ball game. His first one, 60 yards. Oh, it's another beauty.
That's turned over.
6-yard line. Brooks to the 20, 30, and then out of bounds. 54 yards on the kick by Ron Stark. Hemphill was there for the defense. Chargers have the football. We have a timeout. 8:59 left to go in the half. We'll be back.
Someday soon, you could very well have the best of everything. But you will have to begin somewhere. And the best place to begin is with the very best beer in the world. The best tasting beer wherever you go. When you think about it, why would you ever have anything else?
Come to think of it, I'll have a Heineken.
Of all the cars in America, these are probably the most perfect family cars. The 83 Dodge Aries Ks. Only Aries gives your family 6-passenger room with mileage this high, 5-year or 50,000-mile protection, and the driving security your family needs when conditions are at their worst. You see, no other full line of 6-passenger coupes, sedans, and wagons is engineered with front-wheel drive.
Now, 10.9 financing on many new 82 and 83 Dodge cars. Participating dealers have details.
Dan Fouts has completed 6 of 11 for 73 yards and 1 touchdown. Ralph Benerska, a 45-yard field goal. And the extra point is a 10-0 ball game. Chargers go to work at their own 35. Fouts puts 5 in the pattern. Throws over the middle. It's to Charlie Joyner. First down at the Baltimore 49-yard line. Johnny Cooks makes the tackle for the Colts. Now, the standings, as we started the play today, the Raiders, 6-1-0, they are already in the playoffs. San Diego 5-2, Miami 5-2, Jets 5-2, Cincinnati 5-2, Buffalo 4-3, New England 4-3, Pittsburgh 4-3, Cleveland 3-4. This is before today's games now. Seattle 3-4, Denver 2-5, Kansas City 2-5, Houston 1-6, Baltimore 6-1. Fake of the reverse to Muncie. Incomplete. Wes Chandler was the intended receiver, but in reality, Fouts was throwing that ball away.
Well, he did not want to go to Wes Chandler. He was looking to go to somebody underneath. And here is James Burrows, the rookie. Now, he's giving Chandler a lot of space, a lot of room out there. Now, Chandler sees his quarterback's in trouble. Now he takes off, goes toward the sideline. Fouts, though, on that occasion, was just avoiding the loss. He threw the ball out of bounds. It's the thing a good quarterback will do like Fouts. Avoid the loss. Avoid the situation where you come up the next down where you got 20 yards to go instead of 10.
Second and 10. Brooks is the remaining back. Pass is complete, 41-yard line. And Brooks laying a pretty good block as a blitzing linebacker was coming in. Jeff Delaney made the tackle at the Baltimore 41. A gain of 8, so it'll be 3rd down and 2 for San Diego.
Baltimore has a problem. They put the blitz on. They try to go after Fouts. He had the blocking. He found Dwight Scales, got him the football. Picked up about 7 yards. You're looking at a 7 or 8 yards. You're looking at a 3rd and 2 situation. So it's really tough to try to figure out a way to handle the passing attack of the San Diego Chargers. Because Dan Fouts reads the defenses so well.
Chandler posting into the hit zone. 41 yards.
As I said, what do you do against this passing attack? Here it is. The backs are in. They had the blitz coming. Man-to-man coverage. Unfortunately for Larry Anderson once again. He had Wes Chandler man-to-man. And now it's just, he gets down to a walk. Finally gets into the end zone. As I say, unfortunately for Anderson, the first touchdown went to Kellen Winslow. He had him man-to-man.
Extra point is up. It is no good. So it is San Diego 16 and the Baltimore Ghosts nothing. 7 minutes, 20 seconds left to go here in the first half. We'll be back in a moment with the kickoff.
The new front-wheel drive Dodge 600 ES. 50 automotive engineers compared it to a Mercedes 300D. They preferred Dodge 38-12 for overall driving superiority. With great mileage and a 5-year or 50,000-mile protection plan, Dodge 600 ES is the affordable American alternative.
America's driving machine.
Now get 10.9% financing on many new 82 and 83 Dodge cars. Participating dealers have details.
Coors is the beer made for the way you really like to drink beer.
Coors truck's coming. Beer can get stale sitting around too long, but with Coors, stale can't happen. Because if you don't pick up Coors in 60 days, we will. Other leading beers can sit around up to twice as long, but then that's why other beers may not taste as fresh as Coors. Beer after beer.
Coors is the beer made for the way you really like to drink beer.
On the Sunday night movie, blast off on a spectacular space adventure as soldiers of fortune and misfits take on a deadly menace. Battle beyond the stars tonight.
65-yard drive, more play.
Doesn't take him long. Here you're taking a look at the blitz is on. Fouts reads it so well. He knows it's man-to-man coverage on Wes Chandler. He pumps a little bit, gets the ball out in front. You see there's no one else around. Everybody's man-to-man. When that happens and you get Wes Chandler on a defensive back, you figured this is the man I want to go to. I just you're saying that Fouts reads defenses so well. At least he proved me right on that one.
Larry Anderson for the 1-yard line. 10. There's the 15. And it was Hank Bauer that got it. Number 37.
special teams, number 37, Hank Bauer. Flying down the field, just dove after him, and he paid for it. There's just, he's hobbling, but he dives, makes the dive, gets a hold of the foot, trips him up. His teammate comes along and makes the stop.
Baltimore at their own 19-yard line. First down.
They've got to do something on first down, Charlie.
To the tight end, Tim Sherwin, and they do something on the first down. They'll pick up about 8 or 9 yards. And you're right, this is what they have to do.
First down, they've got to keep themselves out of a second 8, second 9 situation. 59 is Cliff Thrift. He had a big day so far, recovering 2 fumbles. But you see the tight end is just going over that ball, bobbling around a little bit, but he came up with a reception. Now you're taking a look at a second 2 situation. First down's important for Baltimore right now. They got to get some yardage. And that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is to have that quarterback move. He's got good mobility.
Dixon to the 32-yard line. He picks up 5. He says he has the first down for the Colts.
He did a good job of trying to find a hole in there to get some yardage because he was looking behind the line of scrimmage. 74, Big Louis, taking his man and shoving him in the backfield. But you see that right there's Zachary Dixon sliding in between that massive humanity out there. Louis, they think they're booing here, but they're not booing. They're just saying Lou.
Baltimore from their own 32, first down.
Play pass.
Has time, pass complete. Matt Bouza, first down. Mike Williams with the tackle, 47-yard line, Baltimore territory, gain of 15.
Now play passes on first down, throwing on first down. You recall in the first quarter they threw a couple of screens on first down. Now that makes more sense. When you get moving on first down, you get that defensive line thinking, let's get to the quarterback. That's when the screen will work.
We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
KCST TV, San Diego.
Pass is complete to Zachary Dixon. Dixon still on his feet, fighting his way to the San Diego 48-yard line. So he'll pick up about 5 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 5. And we have 4 minutes and 55 seconds left to go in the second quarter. This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson. The San Diego Chargers out in front of the Baltimore Colts by a score of 16-0. Bounce, touchdown pass to Winslow and to Chandler. And Bernershka, 45-yard field goal. You can look at the other scores that are going on around the league. Of course, NFL 82 will have all of the highlights at halftime. Second and 5. McMillan. Good defensive play by the Chargers. He may have a half a yard. That's about all that he will get. Mike Williams makes the tackle. A couple of more scores. Chance for you to look at them, but be sure to be with us at halftime. They'll be updating everything in the standings, who's in and out of the playoffs, and the Raiders are doing it again, aren't they?
Chicago is doing it to the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams are doing it again, too.
20-6 in the second quarter.
Down in 4, 47-yard line of San Diego. Big play for the Colts. They need to get some offense going here in the waning moments of the first half. They can't get too far away from San Diego. 16-0, they trail.
Blitz is on.
Hoping for Dixon to cut to the outside. Vega was getting rid of the football. He had a lot of pressure.
He had a lot of pressure. Now this differs. Now here's a young quarterback, and the receivers are young too. Dan Fouts has the receivers, both the tight end, the wide receivers, and the backs that do an excellent job of reading defenses. If the blitz is on, the receivers have to read it also. They've got to know that the quarterback's not going to have much time, and they're going to have to shorten their routes down.
Ron Stark, his third punt of the ball game. His first one, 60 yards. His second one, 54 yards. One goes to the end zone. It'll be a 47-yarder. Flag goes down in the end zone. All 3 of Stark's kicks have had a hang time of 4.5 seconds.
They're going to throw a flag on number 51. You see him complaining there, Ricky Jones. zone. And you're going to see it right here, I believe. Here it is right here. He's blocked in the end zone by James Brooks.
Brooks goes high, blocks against the helmet, which you're not supposed to do.
Yeah, but maybe the official, because he got pushed out of the way, got a little irritated too.
And the official also was watching the football, didn't see the action over his left shoulder. They'll bring it out to the 20, and then they'll add 15 onto it. I'm not so sure I agree with that call.
51, kicking team, personal foul, elbow to the head after the ball was out of bounds in the end zone.
He's going to get called for an elbow. There's an elbow to the head by Brooks, and there is a return. The second man gets caught.
Yes, he did.
I would have called it a wash, though. San Diego at their own 35. Muncie. Muncie to the 40. Muncie to the 50. 40. Out of bounds. Donnell Thompson finally stopped it.
Left side, looking for the hole. He sees it right there. Gets by one tackler. He's going to run over two others. Look, they tackled each other. Anderson tackled his own man. Muncie going along the sideline, finally getting run out of bounds. The penalty took him from the 20. Now they're all the way down to the 37, 38-yard line.
27 yards on that romp by Muncie. Brooks replaces him. Bounce over the middle, all alone. Eric Sievers, the tight end. 17-yard line. 21 yards on the play. Delaney and Glasgow make the tackle. 3:08 left to go in the first half.
Dan Fouts coming back, and watch his head. He's looking all, see him looking, he's looking all around. Finally he comes back, he sees the middle is wide open, no one around. Sievers makes the catch, picks up another first down. You better put pressure on Fouts or you're in trouble.
Brooks, 14-yard line. He has 3. Second down and 7.
They move in a hurry. The penalty took them instead of the 20-yard line. It was a 35-yard line. Give it to Muncie. He goes one way. Another pass to the tight end. A short run by Brooks. Now you're looking at the 13-yard line. They move in a hurry.
Campbelletti checks into the offense. He and Brooks are the running backs. They're split. Second down 7.
Here's the blitz. Here's the touchdown.
Winslow, his second touchdown of the ball game. "65 yards, 4 plays, 14-yard touchdown pass."
We said at the top of the show, what are you going to do to stop the passing attack? The blitz is on. He still gets protection. Right at ground level, you're seeing it. Winslow makes the catch, a fine throw by Fouts, and another touchdown. You have to put pressure on Fouts. Everybody knows that. But how do you go about doing it?
Benershka splits the uprights this time.
You solve that problem, and you solve the San Diego Chargers.
You can't solve it today, though. 23-0. Chargers lead. Back with the kickoff. The San Diego Chargers has an awesome offensive display in the first half. Now, in their last 3 ball games, the Colts, their defense not that bad. They held Green Bay to 20 points in a ball game. They held Minnesota to 13. They held Cincinnati to 20. The Chargers have scored 23 with 2 minutes to go in the first half. This is Dixon, Zachary Dixon on the return to about the 13-yard line. And now the 2-minute warning will be given to both benches with officially 1 minute and 51 seconds left to go in the half. We'll be back. The preceding announcement was furnished as a public service by the National Football League. The Baltimore Colts, first down their own 14-yard line, 1:51 left to go in the second quarter. Lynn, veteran quarterback. Let's take a look at the rookie quarterback of Arizona State, Mike Pagel.
I think we should analyze. This is a situation quarterbacks do not like to be in. Down 23-0 before half. Now it's catch-up football.
He has 3 wide receivers in the game. Drops this one off to Zachary Dixon out of the backfield. He may have the first down. Let's see what they spotted. Andre Young makes the tackle. Hurry up offense.
Hurry up offense. That was a screenplay. They had 2 offensive linemen out in front, which was a good call. That was the situation to call the screen. You're anticipating the pass.
They did pick up the first down. Outlet to McMillan. He's out of bounds, stopping the clock. Flag down.
Well, you can see that Hagel is not happy. Now he's had pressure all ball game. Now he's just getting the ball out. He's looking downfield. His primary receiver gets the ball out to McMillan in the flat. He's concerned about the clock. He wants to get downfield and get out of bounds. But you see, Charlie looked at
62, holding. First down.
Holding on Ken Huff.
He looked at one receiver and then went to the outlet man. You'll see Dan Fouts' head be bobbing back and forth, reading the defense. One thing why he can do that, because he has a great deal of confidence in his offensive line. He should, because they're doing a great job protecting him.
And when you read the defense, it tells you who is open on your side.
That's right. He's dumping it off again.
McMillan. It was 1st and 20 at the 15-yard line. Mike Williams with the tackle. Gain of 4 to the 19, so it's 2nd down and 16. 1:09, clock is moving. Dixon, incomplete.
Another flag down again. That is open all day because the defense in San Diego is getting a whole lot of depth.
Another holding call against the Colts.
Number 79. Illegal block in the back. Refused. 3rd down.
John Sinnott. Fago looking. He's just getting it out to his back. The ball was not caught. He was wide open.
The infraction refused. 3rd down, 16. 19-yard line. 1 minute exactly left to go. 2nd quarter. Flags and more whistles.
Well, it's a young football team, you can tell that. The Baltimore Colts team. It's when you really have to maintain your composure. You don't learn it overnight. Speaking of a young football team.
62. Ball start.
Ball start and Ken Huff.
A young football team. They have, what is it, 1.9 years, the average 1.9 years of NFL players.
Experience.
The youngest team in the NFL.
The Chargers, the most experienced, 4.8 years, almost 5 years.
Other people say the oldest, but you said the most experienced.
McMillan diving out of bounds, did not get out. Touchdown at the 24. Andre Young was there, and Ron Stark will come in to kick with 42 seconds and counting. Now the official stopped the clock. I believe San Diego took a timeout.
I would think that he wouldn't want to get out of bounds because he could not pick up the first. He's better off to stay in bounds, let that clock run out. As we have witnessed, San Diego can strike in a hurry. They did it the last time they had the football.
41 seconds left to go in a first half that the Colts stopped the Chargers only one time. First time that they had the football. Held them in 4 plays, first plus the kick. Bounced into Winslow, a 30-yard touchdown pass. Benershka, a 45-yard field goal. Bounced to Chandler, 41 yards. Bounced to Winslow, 14 yards. Those, the other 2 scores, as San Diego can simply do it so quickly. The drives, 76 yards in 10 plays on the first touchdown. A 65-yard drive in 4 plays for their second touchdown. And a 65-yard drive in 4 plays for their third touchdown. Be sure to be with us on January the 1st, the Fiesta Bowl, Oklahoma against Arizona State, and then NBC will be moving on to the Rose Bowl, Michigan against UCLA, and then to the Orange Bowl, Nebraska and LSU. Now, Ron Stark, his 4th kick, and this may be his shortest, is taken by Brooks at the 31. He dribbles it a couple of times, picks it up, reverses his field, puts some excitement back in the return, has a block. And the Chargers have the ball at their own 38-yard line. Joe Harris makes the tackle. Miles McPherson, the rookie from New Haven, with a key block on the special teams for San Diego. So the Chargers now with 26 seconds, a 44-yard kick by Ron Stark.
Fortunately that they didn't have a penalty, because generally when you see the return man running around like this, switching and reversing field, there's a yellow flag down there. They've got 26 seconds to go, and that's enough time to get more points for the Chargers.
Intercepted. Baltimore with the football. The first turnover by the Chargers. It is Greg Braceland, 14 seconds. Grayson with his first interception of the season. And the Colts with the ball deep in San Diego territory. 14 seconds. They can run 2 plays and go for a field goal if they can't score.
This time, I believe Dan Fouts tried to force the ball into a receiver. He didn't locate that man right there. Threw it right to him. He got great depth. Braceland makes the interception, gets back into position right now where Baltimore can get some points on the board before the half is over. 14 seconds remaining. They're on the 28-yard line. I just moved the ball a little bit downfield. They've got a shot at least 3 points.
Bagel knocked down. Number 99, Wilbur Young, knocked it away. 6'6", 285 pounds. Former teammate of yours.
Yes. Big Wilbur got up in the air, and he always thought that he was a great basketball player when he was with the Chiefs. Thought he was Willis Reed. He wasn't.
He wasn't.
No.
All right, 10 seconds left to go. The kicking team is in. One reason might be with 10 seconds you can still run a play and then kick, is that if there's any kind of a mess up here, any kind of a 5-yard penalty against the Colts, they would still be within field goal range. This 36-yard line, an attempt of 46 yards by Dan Miller, whose longest this year is 40, and he's got it from 46 yards out. So the Colts are on the scoreboard with a 46-yard field goal by Dan Miller, the rookie of Miami of Florida. We have 5 seconds left.
I said it was enough time to score. I thought San Diego, but the interception by Braceland returning down into San Diego territory provided Baltimore with at least something, to go on at halftime. They've got 3 points. They could point to the fact that the first 2 times they had the football, they moved it, looked like they were going to get into scoring territory, but they fumbled it away. Cannot make those mistakes against the San Diego Chargers, not with that powerful offense that they have.
So Dan Miller now has converted 3 of 4 field goal attempts. His extra points 2 out of 2. Hasn't played that much over the short season, but with a couple of ball clubs. Second game with the Colts. His previous long field goal was 40 yards, and this one was 46. Now James Brooks is set for the return as Miller will be kicking off. 5 seconds left to go in the first half. It's a 23-3 ball game, San Diego leading.
I look for one of those line drive kicks, hoping to bounce around down there, not get it to James Brooks. And so what does he do?
He kicks
James
right
Brooks.
to Brooks at the 4-yard line. 15, 20. Across the 25 to the 26 as time runs out in the first half. It is halftime in San Diego with the score, the Chargers 23 and the Colts 3. Stay with us for halftime on NBC. Standings would be for home field advantage. That's assuming everybody else wins and assuming San Diego defeats the Raiders.
Now you got me confused, Charlotte.
That probably won't happen.
Nobody knows what you're
Let's start the second half as Brooks from the 10-yard line. To the 20. Looks to the 30. Fumble. Baltimore may have the first break of the second half, and they do. Let's see who comes up with it. It's number 96.
By number 96.
Dave Simmons. Oh, big break for the Colts. They could get right back in it.
Brooks looked like he was off and running on a pretty good return, but he gets hit. Coming up right there. Take a look at who that man was for the Colts. Ricky Jones, number 51, was the man that made the hit, knocked the ball loose. Coming up with a big break.
San Diego 33-yard line. Dickey in motion back to the ballgame. He's all right. Pass goes to the tight end, Tim Sherwood. Curtis Dickey shaken up in the first half. He is back in the ballgame in the second half, so it's Bagel at quarterback, Dickey and McMillan the running back. Ray Butler and Matt Booza, the wide receiver, Sherman the tight end. Offensive line is Sinnott, Hudson, Donaldson, Huff, and Hart.
He rolled out on that play. He had 2 men open on that last pass play, and his choice.
18-yard line, first down. McMillan leads to the 15, maybe the 14-yard line. Gary Johnson and Leroy Jones stop him there. We'll mark it the 14, give him 4, second down 6. Defensively, Jones, Kelcher, Johnson, and Ferguson. With Lowe, Lewis, and Thrift, the linebackers. Allen and Williams on the corners. Fox and Young at the safeties.
Andre Young, defensive back, coming in. Cliff Thrift, the linebacker, coming out. Anticipating pass.
Official spotted at the 15, so it's second down 7.
They're coming after it.
Looping it into the end zone. It's there. Touchdown. Timing pattern to Matt Booza. And Booza his second touchdown of the season. And Mike Williams is the man they beat.
Charlie, we were talking about Dan Fouts being able to read the defenses, anticipating the blitz coming. That time, that was a checkoff. He checked off on the line of scrimmage because he saw the defensive backs were coming. It was an all-out blitz. It was man-to-man coverage. Booza gets about a half a step on the defensive man, Williams. The ball is laid up nice and easily. Easy catch for Booza. He makes it, and they're on the board. You may bear in mind, at one time, San Diego was ahead of the Raiders 24-0 at halftime, and they lost.
Extra point is good. So it is now 23-10. The margin is 13 points, but let's face it, the Colts are not the Raiders. But we'll be back to see what happens. Stay with us.
John Houseman for the investment firm of Smith Barney.
Buy low, sell high. Every investor's goal. But the astutely managed portfolio strikes a balance of the right investments. It should anticipate any eventuality. Smith Barney. They make money the old-fashioned way. They
Bid $100,000 for this Mercedes-Benz today, and you'll bid too low. Offer the owner of this Mercedes $300,000, and he'll just smile. $50,000 for this Mercedes? Not enough. Classic engineering breeds classic resale performance. When it comes to retaining value, the cars of Mercedes-Benz have made history, and history does have a way of repeating itself.
Today's game is being brought to you by the new Chrysler Corporation, quality engineered to be the best. By ColecoVision, the arcade quality home video game system, and by the investment firm of Smith Barney. They make money the old-fashioned way. They earn it. Baltimore just earning 10 points, and now the Colts kicking off. Brooks is the deep back, and he will chase it into the end zone, and he will down it there. And they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. So the Charger offense for the first time in the second half from the 20-yard line. First down. And let's see if Dan Fouts can continue to read the defense of the Colts that he has been doing so successfully thus far in the ballgame.
He's been doing a great job, and I hope I brought out the fact that Pagel read the blitz on that touchdown pass. He checked off at the line of scrimmage. He had man-to-man coverage on the outside. He knew that. He just lofted that ball up in the air.
Chuck Muncy. 4 yards to the 24. Second down, 6. Nesby Glasgow with a tackle.
The offensive line. Ed White, number 67, making a block on the linebacker. Gets his hand on him a little bit, Charlie, to help out on the block. But that veteran offensive line has been doing an outstanding job of blocking, in particular, protecting Dan Fouts.
Chargers open the second half with Winslow and Sievers, the two tight ends. Muncie, the remaining back. Chandler and Joyner, the wide receivers. Flag is down. Fouts, the quarterback. And offensive line Shields, Wilkerson, Masick, White, and Washington. Glasgow was there for the defense. Flag traveled about 8 yards in the air.
Somebody was pushing. The flag threw it. I thought it's funny because number 85 tight end Eric Sievers dodged it. All of a sudden it was coming right at his head. He had to get out of the way.
There's been a change in the Colts secondary as Jeff Delaney is now in. A report on Larry Anderson that he is having x-rays taken of his left shin. We'll try to have an
Offensive
update
pass
on that.
interference, number 85.
Offensive pass interference of Eric Sievers. Basically, that's for a pick call, I believe, wasn't it, Lynn?
Either
that's
that
like a basketball screen, either that or pushing off. Second and 16 for the Chargers, back at the 14-yard line. Thompson, Wisniewski, Hunter in on defense, along with Simmons, Harris, Braceland. We're looking at 5 in the secondary with Burroughs, Anderson, Delaney, Glasgow, and Hatchett. So it's second and 16. The Colts look for the pass. Chandler going wide to the far side. Joyner is in the slot left. Fouts has protection, goes deep, and it is on and off of the hands of Wes Chandler.
You'd have said goodbye on that one. That would have been 6 points. Hit him right in the hands. You can see that Dan Fouts is upset because he knew had Wes held onto that football, it would have been a touchdown.
So it's third down and 16 for San Diego at their own 14-yard line. Now, big play for the Colts. They can hold here, force San Diego to kick. They'll come up with excellent field position, neighborhood of the 50-yard line.
It is a big play for Baltimore. It's early in the second half, but it's still a big play. The flag goes down.
Zero showing on the 30-second clock. Now we're checking to see if the clock is operative.
Didn't seem like they took 30 seconds.
No, not at all. That's the reason that I was wondering if it had been set. I think that's going to be the call.
30-second start. Showed delay. Incorrect. We'll start again.
All right. We'll go back to the top and do it one more time.
All right. This time we'll get it right.
So it's still third and 16. Still at the San Diego 14-yard line. About that pressure, he'll be sacked. First sack of the ball game for the Colts. And Leo Wisniewski got him. The rookie from Penn State. That we saw last year in the Fiesta Bowl.
He really leveled Fouts. Fouts got up very slowly. Long yardage situation. Defensive backs were back there. Fouts was looking around trying to find an open man. He surely didn't want to throw an interception. They got to him. It's the 8th time of the year that they've got Dan Fouts.
4th and 24. Maury Buford kicking to Nesby Glasgow. Pretty good kick. Glasgow at the 52 tackle. Third man gets it. Excellent coverage, a 49-yard punt by Maury Buford, and a flag is down. Back at the 12-yard line, far side.
They really got down in a hurry.
Oh, they did. Ineligible man downfield. Only the two wide men can go down before the ball is kicked.
I'm sure Baltimore will make them do it all over again.
They'll split the yardage back to the 3. Cut down on the distance on the snap to Buford. He'll have to kick a little quicker.
And it
takes distance away. Takes distance away.
A good snap, because the important thing is he's back at the end of the end zone. And a bad snap would take him right out of there.
There's not a wind today at all.
Interior man, downfield, 4th down.
Well, that is the reason there was such great coverage, Charlie.
They got a jump on him, right?
ordinarily, if you take at least 15 yards from the ball to where the punter will stand. Take a look at Buford. He is about as far back as you can go.
And if he steps out, it's a safety, 2 points. Right. Matt Booza has joined Glasgow for the return.
Good snap.
Fair catch is called for, 48-yard line by Booza. So the Colts picked up 7 yards on the exchange, a 44-yard kick under those conditions. An excellent punt by Maury Buford. We'll be back with the Colts on offense.
LeBaron convertible makes driving fun.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson. We're in San Diego. 11:45 left to go in the third quarter. It is Chargers 23, Colts 10. The margin 13 points. Baltimore at the San Diego 48-yard line. Excellent field position to start this drive. A score with the Colts and right back in the ballgame. And the Colts have been a second-half team. Curtis Dickey trying to cut to the outside, slips, no gain. Mike Williams is there to cover him. Lynn, let's check the score.
All right. These are 4 o'clock games, Eastern time. Jets ahead of Minnesota 21-7. That's at halftime. Third quarter score, Dallas has come back. They're now ahead of Philadelphia 17-14. Washington ahead of the Saints 17-7. That's a third quarter score. And at half, look out, Denver Broncos 27-0. Chicago at half leading the Rams 20-16. The Rams making a comeback bid.
Denver wished they'd stayed home in the snow. 2 tight ends, little play action, pass complete right side. This is Tim Sherwin on the receiving end. I think of about 9 yards. Bruce Laird back in the ball game. He makes the tackle.
The offensive line, we've been talking about the offensive line of San Diego. Here's the offensive line of the Colts. They're doing a good job. Gary Johnson keeping out of the play, and here's the pass. Sidelines making the reception. Tim Sherwin. And you're coming up into the third and short. I would have to think, Charlie, with the situation that Frank Cush would think we've got 2 downs to pick up the first down.
Oh, yeah. Then they'll run both of them straight ahead. Oh, the first one does not go anywhere. Loss of a yard as McMillan was greeted. So it'll be 4th down and 2.
That was a straight-ahead play designed, if nothing else, to get back to the line of scrimmage.
But now Dan Miller comes in. This will be an attempt of 57 yards. And Baltimore is going to stop the clock. The reason 18 seconds on the 30-second clock. And last week, in a field goal attempt situation like this, they came out and they took too much time, cost them the extra 5 yards. The attempt was a 44-yarder, and it was blocked.
You're talking about a long field goal attempt if that's what they're going to do.
Well, it's 4th down and about a yard and a half. It'll be about a 57-yarder. So we'll find out. There's no wind. It's perfect conditions. So we'll take a quick timeout. It is 23-10. No, we just wiped off that commercial. We're not. Are we going or are we staying? We'll just be quiet and they'll make a decision for us. And the decision has been made. We're not going anywhere. Oh, welcome back.
There's a problem here. That's a 40-yard line. If you miss this field goal attempt, if indeed that is what they're going to do, you're going to give the Chargers the ball in excellent field position.
Because they will receive it, take it back at the 40 if you miss it. But now if you make it, how about that?
Well, that's true. But I was thinking perhaps they wouldn't exactly attempt the field goal, but they have other thoughts on their mind.
Pat Beach, the number 3 tight end, is the long snapper. And the holder is going to be number 3, who is Ron Stark, the punter. It's from the 48. It's an attempt of 58 yards. He's got it. He makes it. It clears. Oh, boy. How about that? Woo! 58 yards.
No one told us they had that kind of leg. 58-yard kick.
Here's another look. You watch as this time will take it away to a commercial.
Your business machines say a lot about the way you do business. Quick. Right. Canon's NP400F delivers 40 letter-sized copies in a minute. Consider it done. Responds with reduction, even enlargement. Keeps you organized with a document feeder and optional sorter. Attaboy. The Canon NP400F system copier. Technology that keeps you going. Call toll-free for information or contact your authorized Canon dealer.
It began as a concept called the total car. It has become the totally new Ford LTD. Reshaped, refined, totally redesigned with new comfort, smoothness, with new gas-filled shocks for a remarkable ride. New Ford LTD for 1983. The total car, a totally new driving experience.
Have you driven a Ford lately?
Kick off your New Year's Day with the biggest bowl bonanza ever. First, the Fiesta Bowl. Then the granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl. Followed by the Orange Bowl. All this without ever changing your dial on NBC Sports New Year's Day.
Dan Miller, a 58-yard field goal. The Colts now 13 unanswered points. Here's James Brooks on the return to the 20 and the 25-yard line. Now, the longest field goal in Baltimore Colt history. Here it is.
And to think that he was cut by other ball clubs. I know that he was with Washington, and there was some consideration, Charlie, whether they were going to keep him or Mark Mosley. Of course, we all know that Mark Mosley set a record last year for field goals.
Muncie from the 25, 30 out of bounds. Gain of 5. It'll be second down and 5. Johnny Cooks was there. The previous longest field goal for the Colts, and this was the NFL record for many, many years. Bert Reichenbach, 56 yards. Third all-time longest. Tom Dempsey, a 63-yarder. Tony Franklin, a 59-yarder. And now Dan Miller, 58 yards. A little bit of history being set today.
Right.
Merry Christmas, Dan. Got to you a day late, but that's all right. Now, let's see what the Chargers can do. Bounce, pump fake, wants to go deep, has all the time in the world. Into coverage, but Winslow pulls it down. 3 defenders surrounding Kellen Winslow.
That is having a great deal of confidence in a great receiver. As you mentioned, 3 defensive men around Kellen Winslow. You're taking a look what Dan is looking at. 55 Barry Krause's back is to Winslow. He has no idea the ball is coming. Takes the reception, a first down. We said before they could strike in a hurry.
And you were talking about reading coverage. He just read a lot of coverage and went to him anyway. Muncie. 44-yard line. Gain of 3, second down 7. Steve Durham with the tackle. 8 minutes and 42 seconds left to go. We're in the third quarter. The Colts scoring on a touchdown pass from Pagel to Buza, 15 yards. And Dan Miller's 58-yard field goal, the scoring here in the second half. Chargers now at the Colt 44-yard line, second down 7. Fouts 196 yards. You know, usually he's over the 300-yard mark by now. Flags down. I believe that Muncie turned to the inside and Fouts thought he was going to turn to the outside. He wasn't throwing the ball away, because when Fouts throws the ball away, he throws it away.
I think he was throwing it away.
Do you really?
He saw the defensive end.
Gentle as that throw was?
Offside.
Middle guard was offside. I had the feeling that when he throws it away, doesn't he make sure that that he fires it out of bounds?
Well, both men were running the other way, and he just threw it to the outside. He got hit just as he got rid of the football. But I think that he thought that he had a free play because the defense jumped offside, and that's why he took so long before he got rid of it.
Okay.
We don't know, do we?
No, we don't. But we do know it's second down and 2 at the 39-yard line.
Dan knows. I wonder if he'll tell us.
But not right now. He's busy. Here's Muncie, first down, 34-yard line. Got 5 yards. Johnny Cooks breaks a tackle as we pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
KCST-TV, San Diego.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, with now 7:48 and counting. Time remaining third quarter, San Diego 23, Baltimore 13. Colts scoring 10 points in this second half, and the Chargers on the move. Drops it off to Muncie, who drops the football. It's incomplete. It'll be second down 10 at the 34. Krause was there with the defensive coverage for the Colts as the linebacker picking up the running back, swinging out of the backfield. Now Capoletti and Brooks will check into the offensive set, and the Colts will come back in with an extra man in the secondary and a change at linebacker.
Now Capoletti's coming back out again. So they've got Kellen Winslow and 3 wide receivers in the ballgame along with James Brooks.
Second and 10. Winslow pulls it down at the 20-yard line in a battle with Greg Bracelet, and Winslow wins it. Kellen, 6'6", 251 pounds.
The last 2 catches he's made, it's been in a crowd. They've been both outstanding catches, but for Kellen Winslow, it's becoming routine for him to make those type of receptions.
A gain of 14 to the 20-yard line.
The thing about the passing attack of San Diego, they have 3 wide receivers plus James Brooks in the ball game and Kellen Winslow. They spread out that defense, and a linebacker is going to have to cover Winslow. That's a rather difficult thing to do.
Capoletti stays in the block, dropped off to Brooks. Brooks out of bounds. 17-yard line, gain of 3. Second down 7. Jeff Delaney was there for Baltimore.
The sun is still in certain parts of the field. I noticed earlier where Dan Fouts was shielding his eyes trying to see, but I don't think it's a problem as far as the receivers are concerned. At least hasn't bothered.
The Colts have sacked Fouts 1 time, and that is only...
Here they come again.
The 7th, 8th time that he's been sacked this year. Flag is down. Winslow with a 12-yard line to about the 10, and we'll check out the marker. This is the 8th game of the season for San Diego. The record is 5-2, and Fouts has been sacked an average of only 1 time a ball game.
That's amazing. They had the blitz on that time.
Against the Colts, defensive holding.
Here it is, Dan Fouts back. You see the linebacker coming in after him. 55 is Barry Krause, not getting any penetration. Now look at a great blocking by the offensive line. And once again, a linebacker is going to have to try to handle the coverage on Kellen Winslow. Brooks comes back and makes a fine block. The penalty is on Baltimore. Frank Cush, the head coach you're looking at, does not like what he's seeing right now.
54 defense, holding, penalties accepted, second down.
Holding penalty on Sanders Shiver.
It's been this area, you recall, in the first half, they got the all-out blitz a couple of times. Fouts read it, threw it in for touchdown passes. Here they come again.
Second and 2, Brooks. He'll pick up the first down as he goes to the 10-yard line. Leo Wisniewski trips him up as he came past him.
Brooks is tough, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He's extremely quick, but he is tough. Here it is. Hitting right into the middle of all that beef in there with the offensive line. Brooks getting the first down. But he does not hesitate running in the middle where all those people are. He just takes off.
Now remember, this drive started back at the San Diego 25-yard line. First down goal to go at the Colt 10. 6:05 in counting. We're in the third quarter. Here's Brooks to the outside. Race to the corner. He's got it.
said he was quick, and he is. Number 25, Capletti's the other back. He gets a block. He sees the outside is there. It becomes a foot race between he and Nesby Glasgow, the safety, and it's no contest. Brooks gets in for another touchdown.
With the extra point, and it is good. So it is now San Diego 30 and Baltimore 13 with 6 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Brooks scoring his 6th touchdown of the year.
You remember in the first half when Baltimore fumbled the ball twice and San Diego converted it into points? Well, it happened to San Diego, but they didn't get ruffled. They just went right back and scored a touchdown.
Zachary Dixon to the 15, to the 20. And he returns it 24 yards to the 25-yard. No, they'll mark him out about the 23. Let's see where the official spotted. Willie Buchanan down very quickly for the Chargers. Here's the last drive of 75 yards and officially 9 plays because there were a couple of penalties along the way with James Brooks going in.
Brooks scored that touchdown, but Kellen Winslow, I think, was the big man in that last drive. They have so many weapons to hit you with. It was Kellen on that particular drive. Wes Chandler on another. Now for Baltimore, they've got to get things moving. This young team has got to get some yardage on first down.
Bagel has completed 14 of 20 for 167 yards and a touchdown. Screen to Reese McCall, the tight end. Maybe a couple of yards on the play. Keith Ferguson makes the tackle. Mark it at the 28, so it'll be second down and 8. And you're looking at a Charger team today, and I think you can see why that many are saying it is fast replacing the Dallas Cowboys as America's team.
They are saying that.
Yes, they are.
I know they're saying that here in San Diego. They've always been San Diego's team.
Since 1961. If you want to go back and really make it definitive, that's true. Second down and 8. Curtis Dickey pulls it down, and he goes out of bounds close to the first down. He needs to get to the 36. Bruce Laird is there for the defense.
Well, it's good to see the Dickies back. He's shaken up in the first half, back playing now. He adds a great dimension to that football team.
Great speed.
You can't beat it. That is, football is speed. You look at the Chargers. You look at speed. Wes Chandler, Charlie Joyner, Kellen Winslow, the big tight end, Brooks and Muncie. They've got great speed. They can attack you many, many ways. Muncie can even throw the football.
Oh yes, it's a first down to the 36-yard line. Baltimore, their own territory. Chargers leading in first downs by 7. And they're leading 30 to 13. Pass a little high, and Ray Butler cannot pull it down. So it'll be second down and 10. Butler was open. Time for us to remind you that today's telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the San Diego Chargers and the National Football League is prohibited. How's the young Mike Fago look to you today?
Well, he has shown me on occasion to throw the ball extremely well. That last one was not a good throw. The ball took off on him. He had his man open. He didn't get him the football.
He's completed 16 of 23 for 177 and a touchdown. Second down and 10, Baltimore. Who's and Henry, both wide receivers on the other side. Little play action. Zip is still in the air. It's intercepted. San Diego's the ball. Mike Williams with the interception. Two flags are down. As away for the ball, number 83, Tim Sherwin, and number 30, Bruce Laird were exchanging Christmas greetings.
Yes.
A little bah humbug.
Here it is. He tried to throw the ball into what coverage. There are 2 men around her. The ball pops up. Williams makes
number 30, San Diego,
the reception.
83, after the ball was dead, first down.
They're calling it on Laird and Sherwin. Bruce Laird ought to be happy he didn't kick him in the shin, because that was the problem in the first half. We got a timeout. We're going to be back in just a moment.
this color. There is Tim Fox, who tipped the ball, and Mike Williams pulled down the interception. Report on Larry Anderson. Good news. The x-rays are negative. They were taking x-rays of a shin problem, but he will not return to play. But that is good news. Bounce to throw. He goes deep. Winslow leaps and knocks it away. Jeff Delaney played him perfectly. And Winslow had to go high above Delaney, who is 6 feet even. Kellen is 6'6" to knock the ball away to save an interception.
Dan Fouts was going downtown looking for Kellen Winslow. Man-to-man coverage on him over here. Now you look at the difference. There is a little bit of a mismatch because of the height. And Winslow was watching the ball all the way. Tried to make, I don't know if he caught it with his left hand going up that way, but good defensive plays. Chicago, third quarter score, leading the Rams 27-16. Now we got a 2nd and 10 for the Chargers.
At the San Diego 41-yard line, here's Muncie. The helmet pops loose. Nobody dives for it. 47-yard line, gain of 6. Third down and 4. Joe Harris with a tackle. Chuck goes after his glasses came loose also.
Well, he hit into that line of scrimmage. It looked like there wasn't anything at all. All of a sudden, he picks up 6 yards.
So it's third down and 4. 3.5 minutes left to go in the third. It's San Diego 30 and Baltimore 13. San Diego going for a 6-2 record right now. Looks as if the Colts will be 0-7-1. 11 seconds on the 30-second clock. We have a timeout taken. Fouts comes to the sidelines. And so a chance for everyone to regroup for a moment. Muncie is working on his glasses. It may have been when they were jarred loose. The frames have a tendency to bend on you. Now, let's talk about next week. It's the final week in the regular season. NBC Sports will bring you an AFC afternoon. NFL 82 will kick it off at 12:30 Eastern. At 1 o'clock, Richard Todd and the Jets will take on Kansas City. Cincinnati Bengals against the Oilers. Buffalo Bills will face New England, and the Browns will tackle the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 o'clock, Miami will be at Baltimore, and at 4, the Raiders square off with a high-powered offense of the San Diego Chargers. Ho, 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 that's going to be a good one here. And the Denver Broncos match up with the Seattle Seahawks. And that's next Sunday on NBC Sports, the home of the Super Bowl. So check your listings for the games and times in your area. And as all of you know, that's the makeup game. And then after next Sunday, we're off and running into the playoffs. It's officially known as the SBT.
SBT.
Yes.
Which stands for, Mr. Jones?
The Super Bowl tournament.
I thought you'd say that.
Or the All right, third down 4. 47-yard line. Fouts sets up very quickly. Throws. Flag is down. Pass is incomplete. Derek Hatchett was there for the defense.
I do believe it'll be against Baltimore holding, yes.
That's the call?
I think it might have been on Winslow. I think that here we've got a third quarter score. Washington ahead of New Orleans 17-10.
New Orleans continues to surprise people. The Washington, excellent ball club. They'll be in the playoffs.
He's got a big job ahead of him. Frank Kuish rebuilding this team. 31 new faces this year.
14 rookies, top 8 draft choices making the ball club. The turnover is 63%, so you're really starting right at the beginning. Here's John Capoletti. He has 4 yards to the 44, so it'll be second down and 6. Donnell Thompson making the tackle. And we have an official's timeout. Leo Wisniewski is going to the far sideline, number 69. He was taken in the second round of the draft out of Penn State, and he's the type of young man that Kush is building this defense around, and he has the same type of young man on the offense. But as we mentioned, they are young, and they are inexperienced, and it takes time. Bounce to throw. Chandler. Touchdown. 44 yards.
great speed. There were 2 men on him. Glasgow and Burroughs. His great speed, he just outran both of them. Fouts laid that ball up there beautifully. Chandler coming up the reception and another touchdown. I hate to say we said it before, everybody knows it, but they strike so very quickly.
Chandler, his second touchdown of the ball game. Fouts' 4th touchdown pass. Benerska with the extra point. It's 37-13 with 2:38 left to go. We're in the 3rd quarter as the high-powered San Diego offense continues to roll. And those who wonder if there would be a letdown by the Chargers, they have found out there was not. Fiesta Bowl, January the 1st. Lynn and I will be there. Oklahoma and Arizona State will also be there for the luncheon. We'll be there for the banquet, for the dance.
What about the parade?
And the parade. Hey, the Rose Bowl, Merlin, Olson, Grand Marshal, Michigan, UCLA. Orange Bowl, halftime pageantry. That's the name of the game. Nebraska and LSU. But enough of those other ones. Let's talk about Phoenix. This is our 4th time at the Fiesta Bowl.
That is true, and I noticed there's some players down here. Wisniewski, for example.
Yes.
Penn State that played in that ball game.
I would really be thrilled if they would move the press box into the same county as the playing field. We're 87 miles above the stadium. And it's so far away, you don't even know if you're doing the same game. But it's always a great game. Now, Benerska will be kicking off. The number 31 is Zachary Dixon.
Number 31, Zachary Dixon.
By the way, we have our Fiesta Bowl crew here today. George Finkel will be producing. Andrew Rosenberg, the man who has a painting of Dorian Gray in his attic and never grows old, will be directing. Dixon now from the 3-yard line. 10, 15, 20. 17 yards on the return. And Dennis McKnight, number 60, is the man who makes the tackle on the special teams for San Diego. All right, Baltimore now from the 20-yard line. There's the last drive. 58 yards, 4 plays. Chargers seem in 4 plays to score from anywhere on the field. All of their touchdown drives today, I believe, all with one exception, have been 4-play drives.
I mentioned about speed and how important it is in football. Chargers have it. They have that offensive line, and I noticed that they call them experience. You know, as long as you're winning, you're an experienced player. If you lose, you're old.
Tim Sherwin, the tight end.
Number 83, Tim Sherwin.
This young quarterback's going to have to learn how to not telegraph where he's going. I mean, he followed that receiver all the way. That will come with experience. He's in his first year, and it's a tough job. Not only are you young as a quarterback and do not have any experience, the rest of the people that you're working with have little experience.
2nd down and 1. A miscue on the snap from center. A fumble. Chargers say they have it. And they do. '68.
Leroy Jones.
3rd fumble that the Colts have lost in the ball game. Plus the Mike Williams interception. That's 4 turnovers.
Louis gave him the ball.
There have been 2 on the other side. Don Coryell never smiles until the game is over.
Looks like, look at him, he's stalking the sideline.
Yes. Fun to visit with in the off-season, you know. Very gracious, outgoing man. Not during a game.
Watch for Fouts to go deep. They're blitzing him.
Far side, out of bounds. Wes Chandler.
That time the blitz was on. Fouts knew that. Number 89 is Wes Chandler. He gets a lot of respect. Hatchett is a defensive end. He goes to the outside. The sun is shining a little bit. Not for Baltimore, but it is on the field. Chandler coming up with a reception, and it's going to be 2nd down and short.
Chandler averaging almost 20 yards of reception this season. Flags are down as Muncie comes roaring through and then roaring back. James Hunter was there. Barry Krause was there. Illegal procedure against the Chargers. Normally that's an interior lineman. Once from tackle to tackle, you go to your 3 or 4 point stance. You cannot move.
What about penalties? I'd be interested in penalties for San Diego. I can't recall too many.
Number 67, Walsart.
Well, I can't remember too many penalties for San Diego in this second half, which is the sign of an experienced football team.
I will have that information for you
I knew that you would. That's why I brought it up, Mr. Jones.
I don't have it right now, but we're working on it. Second down, 5.5. Almost intercepted. James Burrows had a hand on it, but couldn't pull it back in. He had a 94-yard touchdown interception against Minnesota.
Dan Fouts looked like a baseball pitcher was taking something off of that. I think he wanted that ball back just as soon as he released it. Look, he doesn't really fire it. Charlie Joyner's on the ground. Chandler's coming deep. Winslow is in the middle, but he really didn't fire that ball. I think one of the reasons is because Charlie Joyner fell to the ground. That disrupted the pass pattern.
27-yard line, third down, about 5.5. About this time, Donnell Thompson got him. Second sack of the ball game for the Colts, and that is the 9th time this year that Fouts has been sacked.
And he is still
down.
Yes. And both times that he was sacked today, he really got level.
The field goal team is coming aboard. He was dropped about the 34-yard line while we have an injury timeout. For an update, let's go to New York City. Gentlemen?
Thank you, Charlie. Len Berman, NFL 82 in New York. Look at Marcus Allen. The option pass. He's got Cliff Branch wide open. Cliff, how could you do it to me? That was a touchdown. But the Raiders, rather, are still doing it easily to Denver. Back to you, Charlie.
All right, thank you. Then Marcus Allen can do a little bit of everything. He runs, he catches, he throws. Well, you had a question on penalties?
Yes, I did.
You were right. You made a good point. Baltimore's been penalized 7 times for 54 yards. San Diego 4 times for 23. Fouts is okay. Benerska's in with a field goal attempt upcoming. He's hit from 45 yards. This will be from the 43, an attempt of 53 yards. Benerska's longest this year is 51. And he comes up short from 53 yards out, and so the Colts take over.
53-yard field goal try, no good.
They take over at the line of scrimmage, and while they do, let's run down the scoreboard. David Humm may be coming in for the Colts, but let's look at the scoreboard.
Final score is Cleveland defeating Houston 20-14. Pittsburgh defeating New England 37-14. And it was Tampa Bay edging Detroit 23-21. Green Bay easily downing Atlanta 38-7. Cincinnati over Seattle 24-10. San Francisco 26, Kansas City 13. We'll do some more scores a little later.
Now let's see what David Humm can do, the 8-year veteran from Nebraska, the left-hander, pump fake. Throws it, it's almost picked off. He was a little low. His opening throw. Let's go back to the scoreboard.
All right, St. Louis, they've really come on strong. They defeated the Giants this afternoon 24-21. The Jets, their third quarter score 21-7 over Minnesota. Fourth quarter action, Dallas now ahead of Philadelphia by 6 points, 20-14.
They're tough.
And Washington, third quarter score over New Orleans, 17-10.
They're tough.
And here's the tough team, Marcus Allen and the Raiders, 27-0 over the Denver. And Chicago, third quarter score over the Los Angeles Rams.
And here it's 37-13. San Diego leading with flags flying.
Now there's 9 seconds remaining on the 30-second clock, so somebody had to move.
And we also have 1 minute and 6 seconds left to go in the third. There's a look at young Mike Fagel.
I would think with the score 37-13 and Dan Fouts getting leveled like he did.
Number 63, offense.
That Don Coryell may have another quarterback warming up. I do see Dan Fouts in a jacket now. Doesn't mean he won't be back in.
Well, I would check you to see if Ed Luther is loosening up. He's on the sideline around the left 42.
Look at Louis.
He wanted a touchdown. Louis, you got to work on your hands. Louis playing, of course, his collegiate ball for SMU. Boy, what a ball club they have this year. They'll be in the Cotton Bowl. Excellent school down in Dallas.
Here it is, David Humm coming back. He's trying to get the ball screen pass, but he's throwing the ball sidearm. You see the offensive line, they're formulating a screen out there. You got to try to drill it. What's Wilbur Young doing? Wilbur says that no, he moved.
All right, while we sort the flags out here, let's have an update. Let's go to New York City.
All right, Charlie, let's sort it out in Minnesota. Pat Leahy's been struggling. The Jets field goal kicker doesn't miss this one. They faked it. Ryan to Schuler. The Vikings went for the fake. Jets now on top of Minnesota, 28-7. Back to you, Charlie.
Jets a really tough ball club. They have developed. We had the first ball game of the season, which seems like 8 years ago, but back in September. Yeah. And they lost to Miami, and they looked terrible. And since then, they've looked tremendous. Third down and 10. Oh, blitz is on. Humm's in trouble. He slips the blitz. He throws the pass, and it's caught. First down. Bernard Henry caught the pass. Keith Ferguson almost annihilated Humm on the blitz.
I tell you, they forgot to block Ferguson. Here he is. And fortunately, he's left-handed. He's looking him right in the eye, or right in the belly button, whatever that might be. But he escapes that, gets the ball off, and really an outstanding catch by Bernard Henry. There it is. They haven't quit. They have not quit, which to me is a good sign that Frank Kush has them on the right direction.
And the Colts pick up 23 yards on that play to the San Diego 43. First down. 12 seconds left to go in the third quarter. After these messages from your local station.
Their lives. Then on ships, Richard Simmons and Ponch are held up in a health club. Then, on the Sunday night movie, blast off on a spectacular space adventure as soldiers of fortune and misfits take on a terrifying, deadly menace, Battle Beyond the Stars.
Sunday is hot on NBC.
Introducing the totally new 1983 Toyota Tercel. Its front-wheel drive is only the tip of the iceberg. This Tercel is the lowest-priced Toyota you can buy. It has more room than any other subcompact and gives you more mileage than ever before. The new Toyota Tercel. It's a new standard in front-wheel drive, but that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Tercel! Ever notice how people copy a good thing? Like the Chicken Supreme from Jack in the Box.
Mine's new. Mine's different.
Me too. Anyone can make a chicken sandwich, but they can't make it taste like a Chicken Supreme. Huh? What? No one but Jack in the Box combines Swiss and Monterey Jack melting on white meat chicken, even lettuce and tomato, all on a whole wheat bun. Now that's a Supreme sandwich.
And the other guy's sandwiches?
You've seen one, you've seen them all.
5 Supreme sandwiches from Jack in the Box. There's no comparison.
Happy holidays from 39 Alive!
Art Schleister is also loosening up on the sideline, so we may see him in. And there's Mike Fagel, who has played most of the ball game for the Colts. But right now, the cornerback is David Humm as we start the fourth quarter. San Diego 37, Baltimore 13. The Charger 28-yard line. Humm drops this off in the left flat to Franklin, and he is was dropped in his tracks by Woodrow Lowe. Good defensive play, good anticipation.
Well, I think that the linebackers, particularly a good one like Woodrow Lowe, is looking for the screen. During the course of this game, Baltimore has tried several screen passes, and they have not had very much success with them.
Earlier you were talking about the quarterback reading the defense. Just as important for your linebackers and your secondary to read the offense.
Oh, yes. If you're fighting to get to that quarterback as a defensive lineman, for example, and all of a sudden it becomes very easy to get by him, you better think something is up. That's when they're trying to throw the screen on you.
Second down, 14. Dickey has it, and he steps out.
Dickey is one of the primary receivers. The reason on that last particular play is look at the secondary. They are not going to give up the deep pass. They are really spread out, and they're getting depth. So what you have to do is hit in front of those linebackers or in between those linebackers. That time he hit Dickey in front of Woodrow Lowe, the linebacker.
Gain of 6 to the 26-yard line. Third down and 8. There's Dan Fouts. Tom Bass, the defensive coordinator. Boss Hog, the players call him.
What do they call him?
Boss Hog. And he loves it. He's a great one. Third down and 8. Hum has pressure. Still gets it off, and a good comeback by Matt Buzza. Buzza, who was about 10 yards deep, saw deeper than he was when he caught it, saw that his quarterback was in trouble, and he came back. Andre Young made the tackle.
I'll tell you, Hum has made a couple of plays since he's come in here. This one, to Buzza, was an outstanding play. He pumped it once. He had to dodge a couple of defensive linemen. Buzza almost breaks it for a touchdown, but they're on the 6-yard line now. 13:36 remaining in this ball game, and an opportunity to get some points on the board, which is really important for this young team. You know, you look at the score of 37-13, you'd think they're out of it, but they have to have things like this to build on.
20 yards on the last play to the 6-yard line. First down, goal to go. Dickey cuts back inside to about the 2-yard line. It'll be second down and goal to go. Lyndon King was there. Gary Johnson was there.
Well, Dickey is a fine runner. He's fumbled the ball twice, and here it is. He's going along the line of scrimmage. He sees the opening. Now the important thing to do is really accelerate. And he almost busts three tacklers to get in. Woodrow Lowe, I understand, give him a little tap on the back as he gets near the goal line.
A flag went flying in the Colt huddle. Baltimore with 3 tied in. There's been a few verbal exchanges throughout this ball game. Now through 3 quarters, San Diego throwing for Fouts, throwing for 251 yards. Baltimore throwing for 215. So Fouts is 49 yards away from another 300-yard game if he stays in the ball game in the 4th quarter.
Well, I don't think Dan is that concerned about records. I'm talking to him and he wants it, but it's important that he's healthy next week.
Frank Cush, the head coach of the Colts.
A lot of conversations going along down there.
It's going to be a long ball game. 12:53 left. This is something the Colts cannot afford, these kind of mistakes.
Illegal formation. Number 79 was not covered.
Illegal formation number 79 was not covered. That means that he was at the end of the line. So in reality became a wide receiver and did not report as a wide receiver, which you have to do if you're changing, since you wear a 7 rather than an 8, and now they're explaining it, and that's the reason.
You have to report before you go to the huddle.
And the reason being is so that they can then tell the defense that, hey, you've got a number 79 and we've got a new score.
And it's the Jets 28, Minnesota 14, 4th quarter action.
All right, so that last down goes over. We come out to the 11-yard line.
That happens a lot on field goals and extra points when you have a tackle, offensive or defensive tackle on the end of the line.
And that was a short yardage play. From the 11, first down goal to go. In zone, and he misses it. Bernard Henry, the intended receiver. So bring it back to 11. It'll be second down and goal to go. Now, a little more on the scoreboard.
Yes, 4 o'clock Eastern time games, 4th quarter action. Dallas 20, Philadelphia 14. third quarter score. Washington ahead of New Orleans 17-10. Oh my, still the same. Raiders 27, Denver nothing. That's third quarter. And Chicago Bears leading the Rams 27-19. That's a third quarter score.
And here it is San Diego 37 and Baltimore 13. 12:48 left to go in the fourth. 11-yard line, second down, goal to go. Incomplete. 76, Keith Ferguson. Getting to Hum just as he released the ball. And the pass came up short.
He was not able to put a whole lot on it because he was falling back. He knew he was going to get hit. He had a man open, but he wasn't able to really zip the ball. Here it is. He's looking at, he knows he's going to get hit. Oh he goodness, right in the stomach. He was going to Reese McCall, number 86. Had he been able to step and fire the ball to Reese, I think he would have completed it.
Now you've had that. What goes through your mind when you see that? You know you're going to get hit.
Pain. A whole lot of pain. If you don't
it hurts
feel it now,
before you
you'll
get
feel
there.
it. Feel it now, or you'll feel it later. I'll tell you that.
A flag is down as Lyndon King gets the sack. I don't know. The Chargers, I think they had a running start.
Wow.
Seems as if they got there. Yeah, they were offside. I had the impression that they all had a full stride before the ball was
look at that shot. Blind side, cannot see it. I'll tell you, Lyndon King did him a favor by just wrapping up, bringing him down. He could have stuck his headgear right in his ribs or his back. And
Defense, right tackle. Offside. Third down.
Sad part of that, the right tackle is away from the play. They didn't pick up the blocking on Lyndon King. He wasn't offside.
All right, Baltimore will take a timeout. They need to sort things out here at 6-yard line. Third down, goal to go. No time to make a mistake. In time, we have 12:39 left to go. We're in the fourth quarter in San Diego with the Chargers leading 37-13. There's Gene Klein, the owner of the Chargers. He's got his peacock on.
He looked
Way
good.
to go, Gene.
He looked good when we saw
I've been talking to him. I said, Gene, you need to wear the peacock. Third down, goal to go, 6-yard line. Lots of time. And then the pass is caught by Franklin, and he goes out of bounds at about the 2-yard line. Cliff Thrift was there for the defense. It'll be fourth down and goal to go.
That time, I think David Hum had something he hasn't had. He had plenty of time to look around. Looking, surveying the situation. Let's get the ball. There's plenty of time. He gets the ball out to his back, but it's still short of the goal line. Now, fourth down situation. They've got to go for it.
They mark it just over a yard to go. The attendance here today is 49,711. The no-shows, 2,938. 2,938 the no-shows, and they got booze during the last time we were away for a commercial. Dickey.
In there.
Touchdown. And for Curtis Dickey, that is his first touchdown of the season. In his third year, number one draft choice in 1980 from Texas A&M. Great speed, 4.26 in the 40.
I have never heard of such a thing, 4.26. Here it is, David Hum handing off to Dickey. Everything is caved in on the inside. Nobody to come up from the outside to turn him in. The speed gets him into the end zone.
66-yard drive by the Colts. 12:28 left to go in the fourth.
That was a big drive right there for the Baltimore Colts. It looked like that they were out of it, 37-13 on that last drive. They took it on down. Some good plays by David Hum. A fourth down situation, and they got it in.
High snap. A bobble. This is Stark. Stark is the kicker, and he adds some excitement to the extra point. Lyndon King knocked it away. So the score remains Chargers 37, the Baltimore Colts 19. 12:28 left to go. We'll be back with the kickoff. He's a kicker, not a thrower. A 7-play drive, and it took just over 2.5 minutes.
72 yards, very impressive.
Now, we have the onside kick right here. Why not? I'm surprised. nice. I thought they'd go for it. All right, here's Brooks, 8-yard line. 15, 20, 25, 30 and out of bounds. Good return. 37-yard line. Joe Harris chasing him out. Now, tonight on NBC, we have quite a lineup for you. Time Travelers clash with the Red Baron on Voyager. Then on Chips. Guess who strikes out? It's Tommy Lasorda. He gets a speeding ticket from Ponch on the way to the World Series. Then Soldiers of Fortune take on a deadly menace in the network premiere of the Outer Space Adventure Battle Beyond the Star. All tonight on NBC.
Dan Fouts is back in the ballgame at quarterback.
From the San Diego 37, here's Chuck Muncie. Muncie to about the 42, a gain of 5, 2nd and 5. Cleveland Crosby makes the tackle.
I would look for San Diego to keep it on the ground, run off some of that clock with 12 minutes remaining in this football game. Coryell looks like a third base coach, right? He's going through all the signals. Muncie, 13 carries, 104 yards.
To that total, Barry Krause makes the tackle. And he may pick up the first down.
Well, the offensive line still firing out. You take a look at Billy Shields. 63 is Doug Wilkerson. 57 years of NFL experience on those 5 offensive linemen of the San Diego Chargers. And that's a lot of experience. 57 years. Doug Wilkerson.
Change will come out for the measurement.
13 for him, 14 for Ed White, 15 for Russ Washington.
That's experience.
8 for Billy Shields, and the baby out there is Don Mason, just 7 years. As I said, if they were losing, they'd be old. They're winning, so we call them experience.
The interesting thing, though, they've got Sam Clapham, Dennis McKnight, Chuck Lavin, Andrew Gissinger, that are the youngsters behind them. They're very, very impressed with. It is a first down, as you saw. The Chargers at least feel that it's not going to be a team that everybody gets old at once. They have the young replacements waiting in the wings. Play action on first down. Drops it off to Muncie. 49-yard line of Baltimore. Gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 as Derek Hatchett makes the tackle. And we have some more scores.
All right, the Jets have scored once again, leading Minnesota 31-14 in the 4th quarter. Philadelphia has come back. They're now leading Dallas once again in the 4th quarter, 21-20. Washington, 20. New Orleans, 10. That's in the 4th quarter. Once again, the Raiders still shutting out Denver 27-0, 4th quarter. And Chicago, 3rd quarter score, leading the Rams 27-19.
2nd and 6. First back through. Is that Capoletti?
Yes, it is.
I'm not sure that he gets enough recognition for what he does.
He has a role on this ball club, and he does it very well. He's an excellent blocker, and they use him in situations like that to run generally straight ahead. They're giving the ball to Muncie so much of the time sideways, and he does a great job of turning the corner. They get in that I formation. They give the ball to John Capoletti straight ahead. A lot of times the linebackers are looking for Muncie, but he does a great job of blocking.
3rd down 2. Joyner in motion. Here's Muncie.
Wilkerson is out in front.
Number 63, Doug Wilkerson. What a nice convoy to have.
Oh, how would you like that leading you around the corner? And he did that time. Did a great job. Here it is, a sweep. 63 is Wilkerson. Billy Shields comes down and buries the defensive. And there it is, 63 coming out on the defensive back. And that's what Kim Anderson has to look at. He's probably saying, why me?
That's right. 14 yards, first down. 9 minutes, 10 seconds in counting. We're in the 4th quarter.
You just witnessed why San Diego's offense is doing so well. Those guys up front are doing a great job.
And on to Chuck Muncie. Muncie again with Barry Krause and Greg Bracelet on the tackle.
The last play with Muncie running was a sweep. 63, Wilkerson was out in front. This one is straight ahead. Comes up against Krause. He makes the initial hit, but Krause does a good job of spinning off of him, getting involved in the tackle. lot of things happen up inside with all those people up there, Charles.
Cleveland Crosby shaken up. He's going to come out of the ball game. And Fletcher Jenkins is going to replace him.
I remember Cleveland Crosby played for Arizona in the Fiesta Bowl a couple of years ago.
That's right. A lot of good ball players have come out of the Fiesta Bowl.
Marcus Dupree, when people get an opportunity to see him, he is something to behold.
Only a freshman, but he is big and strong.
Barry Switzer said when the coaches saw Dupree on the field, they said, well, he looks like maybe a 4-8 tight end, because he just moved slowly until he got the ball and found out he's about a 4-3 or a 4-4 sprinter.
But also Arizona State has the #1 defense in collegiate football. Boy, good matchup. We'll start off NBC's Ball Day on January the 1st.
Nobody's on it.
Nobody's on it. Winslow slipping into the end zone.
Nobody out there.
Mistake of a young team. 28-yard touchdown.
Talking about experience, being alert. Bounce looked out there, saw that Winslow was all by himself, trying to hold the ball, got it to him in a hurry, and it's an easy touchdown. Nobody around. They did not put a defensive back out on that man, number 80, Kellen Winslow, and that is a big mistake because it'll end up in a touchdown.
Winslow's 3rd touchdown of the ball game.
He does touchdowns in bunches. I believe last year he caught 5 touchdowns in one game.
Speaking of 5 touchdowns, Fouts has thrown for 5 touchdowns. Extra point is there. 44-19. We'll be back. The scoring play, a 28-yard touchdown pass from Fouts to Winslow. Fouts has thrown for 5. Winslow has caught 3 of them. Fouts now a total of 298 yards passing. Benershka kicking off. Dixon will down it in the end zone, and the Colts will start from the 20-yard line.
Baltimore from the 20-yard line.
Art Schleister was he's coming into the ball game. Young rookie out of Ohio State. Notice that when Hum was in the ball game the last time, he was warming up on the sidelines. Art Schleister, the All-American from Ohio State, will get a shot at the San Diego Chargers. 8:17 remaining in the 4th and final period, and they're trailing 44-19.
San Diego has scored more than 40 points in the last 3 ball games. 41 against San Francisco, 50 against Cincinnati, and now 44 here. Dickey, the intended receiver. Art Schleister, the rookie from Ohio State. He's completed now on the year. That was before that throw, 6 of 19 now. He was taken in the 1st round of the draft, the 2nd choice of the Colts. No touchdowns, 1 interception, 6'2", 210 pounds. And we saw him in the Fiesta Bowl also.
He's got a strong arm. That one he just threw in the ground. It could be because he's a little nervous. I can understand that.
Pass is complete. Cleveland Franklin. And Franklin picks up the 1st down as he goes to about the 32, maybe the 33. Lyndon King makes the tackle. And a couple of scores.
Jets continuing to move on Minnesota 35-14 in the 4th quarter. Another 4th quarter score. The Raiders 27. Denver finally gets on the board. They have 3.
Bagel, number 18, who started, and David Hum, who replaced him on that last drive. And he moved the Colts, and now they'll take a look at Art Schleister. Schleister fires. It's complete to Dickey, and he goes out of bounds. From the 33 to the 38-yard line, a gain of 5, 2nd down and 5, as Jeff Allen and Lyndon King make the stop for San Diego. They're there in the neighborhood.
Schleister got tackled as soon as he got rid of the ball the last time by John Woodcock. But he's young and strong. He bounced right back up. This is a situation where they throw the ball, screens, and draws about all he can do. And maybe a trap play if they want to run one.
Because the defense is going to take away everything else. Franklin, the ball carrier. He picks up 4 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
They went to the left side of that Baltimore Colt offensive line. That time that they were in a San Diego in a three-man front. There is 79, Gary Big Hands Johnson. Ray McDonald, or Ray Donaldson, the center, is involved in the block.
Donaldson did a pretty good job.
Donaldson, I think they feel, might be their best blocker on the offensive line.
He's in his third year from Georgia, where he played at Rome High School, along with Nat Hudson, the left guard.
Oh, my, there's nothing there.
Franklin is stopped. Bruce Laird, Phil, though.
Nothing was there.
And Ron Stark will come in to kick. Now, Stark has punted 4 times in the ball game of 60, 54, 47, and 44 yards.
Laird doing a very good job. Number 30, Bruce Laird coming up, meeting that back about a yard deep in the backfield, getting involved in the tackle.
James Brooks set for the return. Now, Stark's hang time has been 4.5 seconds on each of his 4 punts. Another good one. Boy, he's a good talent. 9-yard line. Hang time, 4.5 seconds. Flag is down on the return to the 30-yard line. A kick of 50 yards for Ron Stark. There was a flag. Dropped at the 26-yard line. Now Dan Fouts is thrown for 298 yards, but Ed Luther will be replacing him at quarterback. And I am amazed. I thought that they would bring Fouts back in for 1 play, let him throw for the 2 yards, have still another 300-yard game, which would be his 30th and an NFL record.
In the back, number 88 on the run back. First down.
But perhaps he doesn't know this, Charlie. Maybe he better get word down to...
Let's tell him.
Or maybe he doesn't care.
Hang on a second. Okay, San Diego. From their own 16-yard line, first down. Chargers will just stay on the ground now. They want to take off some time on the clock. 6 minutes left to go. You know, it's very easy for us to say yes, that Fouts ought to come in, throw for 1 play, pick up a couple of yards, have that 300. Because the records don't mean anything now, but, you know, later on it'll be nice to look back. But on the other hand, what if he gets hurt on that 1 play and he's out for the rest of the season?
Why do you want him
and they would blame you.
Oh, you're the one that's back in there. Dan is completely happy. I'm sure of that.
All right, Luther to throw. Jim Jodak on the receiving end. Dave Simmons was there for the defense. Scott Fitzke is in that offensive set. Dwight Scales is in, and we'll check the scoreboard.
Oh, the New York Jets pouring it on Minnesota, 42-14, 4th quarter score. Oh, is he having some fun? I shouldn't say year, because years, Dan Fouts.
In his 10th year. Another score?
Another score, 27-10, Washington over New Orleans in the 4th quarter.
Luther to throw. It is intercepted. Kim Anderson.
He'll score. Oh, no, he won't.
James Brooks. Was it Brooks that saved the touchdown? Anderson with the interception. So the Colts with an opportunity here as we take another look.
Here it is. Luther going back to throw. Anderson reads it perfectly, comes in, makes a fine interception. Holohan is the man that brings him out, number 88, I believe.
You're right, Pete Holohan.
I thought he was going to get in to score, but Holohan prevented the touchdown.
Holohan, the number 3 tight end, and also the number 3 quarterback. As we pause briefly for station identification, this is the NBC Television Network.
KCST-TV, San Diego.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson, first down goal to go, 8-yard line. Curtis Dickey. Dickey to the 4-yard line. We've got 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. With the score, San Diego 44, Baltimore 19, and tonight on NBC, a lot of exciting programs for you, and we'll be talking about those in just a moment. Now, On NBC, the Time Travelers clash with the Red Baron on Voyagers. Then on Chips, Tommy Lasorda strikes out when he gets a speeding ticket from Ponch on the way to the World Series. Then Soldiers of Fortune take on a deadly menace in the network premiere of the outer space adventure Battle Beyond the Stars, all tonight on NBC. Cleveland Franklin, maybe the 2-yard line. It'll be third down and goal to go.
They're bringing in the number 1 linebacking unit into the ball game.
Woodrow Lowe, David Lewis, and Cliff Thrift coming in. We look at the clock. We're in the 4th quarter.
I wonder why they're doing that. They want to prevent the score, I guess. I don't know why.
The pride of the defense.
Well, it could be that or, you know, the tiebreaker things that
yes.
involved in that.
It gets down to a third, and there are going to be a lot of tiebreakers involved as far as home field advantage. The ball is fumbled in the end zone. And let's see who comes up. There's no signal as yet. The Colts say they have it and they score a touchdown. And that's what the officials say. Tim Sherwood recovers the fumble in the end zone for a touchdown. So it's 44-25 with the extra point upcoming.
Charlie, why don't you explain if that had been in the last 2 minutes of the ball game so people understand? Here you're seeing it right here, then it pops over. He was hit. The ball pops in the end zone. There is 3 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in the ball game.
A lot of people ask about the 2-minute warning. Reason for the 2-minute warning, rule changes. There are 3 rule changes, one of which is that a fumble by the offense can be recovered and advanced only by the man who fumbled the ball. Cannot be recovered and advanced by anyone else. That's in the last 2 minutes. One of the reasons for the 2-minute warning. Extra point is good. We've got a timeout. It is a 44-26 ball game. We'll be back with a kickoff. We're back, and now Lynn Dawson will explain why that rule was put into effect in the last 2 minutes.
Do you remember San Diego and then the Oakland Raiders?
That's right.
When Casper recovered it in the end zone for a touchdown to defeat the Chargers.
And after the ball had been kicked around and booted and pushed forward by young Ken Stabler. And that was the reason for that rule change. In 2 teams, neither one of whom are going to make the playoffs, it is now a 1-point difference.
The point that making on that touchdown, had it been 2 minutes or less inside the 2-minute warning, it would not have been a touchdown.
That's right. It would go back to where...
Yeah, line of scrimmage.
The line of scrimmage where the fumble took place. Because the man who recovered it was not the man who fumbled it.
That's right.
That's right.
But they make these rule changes for reasons. And that rule was made because of, what did they call it? Immaculate reception.
The Holy Roller.
What was the Holy Roller?
The Holy Roller. San Diego from their own 20. Luther has pressure. And that's no question about it that he was just dumping the ball into the ground to avoid the loss. And that will cost him. Greg Braceland and Dave Simmons were the men putting the pressure on. 3:08.
Looked like a screen pass. There was going to be a screen pass. Jodat was there, but he was blocking.
Oh, yes. No question that was intentional grounding.
I wonder why they don't want to run the clock out.
Well, the way that San Diego runs their offense, that kind of a pass is the same as a running play to everybody else. It's like a long handoff.
There wasn't a long, threw the ball right hitting the ground.
Well, you asked why they ran it. I explained why. Now you want to argue.
That's a running play right there. It's a short handoff.
I've lost control of this telecast.
It's short handoff.
All right, now let's gather ourselves for the last 3 minutes of this ball game and not let it get away from us. That was Ricky Bell, number 42, University of Southern California, in his 6th year. Now we're at the 11-yard line. And it is third down and 19, so the Colts will be getting at least one more opportunity. 44-26. San Diego leading. Luther going deep. Has a man. He's behind the secondary. It is Bobby Duckworth of the University of Arkansas. What about that? The Colts may not get a shot. Third down and 19, and Duckworth got away from the secondary. He got behind James Burrow. Woo!
Luther coming back near his end zone, gets that ball up in the air, and he had to slow up a little bit right there, Charlie. Otherwise, it would have been a touchdown. Duckworth making the catch. Burroughs knocking him out of bounds, but he had him beat by about 4 or 5 yards.
55 yards, 5-5 on that play.
That's why you pass the ball down there.
Here's the draw. Number 40 is Jim Jodat. Dave Simmons makes the tackle along with Johnny Cooks. And now we will have the 2-minute warning given to both teams, and that means that we have a timeout. The proper uniform and the proper stance. And if you're on the Baltimore side, oh, that's Frank Kush. He was walking. He walks just like Coryell. Did you notice that? He does. He fooled me on that. Hey, we have the Sexton family in the booth today. I want to thank them for working with us. Tim Sexton, Bob Sexton, Dan Sexton, Mike Sexton, also Don McGrath and Gene Gregson on our backup crew. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you all. He walks like Coryell. He does. All right, second down 8. Gain of 4. It'll be third down and 4. Donnell Thompson stopping Jim Jodat. Let's run down the complete scoreboard.
All right. Cleveland defeated Houston this afternoon 20-14. Pittsburgh rolled over New England 37-14. And Tampa Bay edged Detroit 23-21. It was Green Bay 38, Atlanta 7. That's a big surprise. Cincinnati defeated Seattle 24-10. San Francisco over the Chiefs 26-13. In Luther running for his life, the ball is he recovered.
Luther recovers it at the 41 and back to the scoreboard. Fletcher Jenkins was there for Baltimore.
St. Louis down the Giants 24-21. And the Jets in the fourth quarter leading Minnesota. Now it's 42-14. Philadelphia ahead of Dallas 24-20 in the fourth quarter. That's a big surprise. And along with Washington wins and Dallas loses, Washington would be number 1 team in the NFC. And we have a final. No, that's the Raiders, not a final. 27-3 in the fourth quarter. The Washington-New Orleans game is a final. Washington 27, New Orleans 10. And 1 point difference between the Chicago Bears and the Los Angeles Rams in the fourth quarter. Did you notice Luther, the last, he finally recovered the ball, and those guys kept jumping on him. He threw the ball at one of them.
The frustrations of a quarterback.
It's embarrassing enough to have somebody strip you of the ball.
And number 7 is Maury Buford, the rookie from Texas Tech, the kicker. He will be kicking for the 3rd time in this ball game. Now, the reason we point out the 3rd time is in the previous 5 ball games, the 5 ball games since the strike, he kicked a total of only 8 times. All right, while we wait for play to resume, time for us to mention that Ted Nathanson is the coordinating producer of football at NBC. Today's telecast has been produced by George Finkel, directed by Andy Rosenberg. Lenny Stucker, our technical director, and our associate director, Fred Whitten. Thank you, gentlemen. And for the Baltimore Colts, 26 points. That is the most points that they have scored this year in one ball game.
They've got 10 men on the line of scrimmage going after this punt.
Going for the corner. And it goes through the end zone.
The punt by Maury Buford into the end zone.
The fake of the fair catch signal by Glasgow. He goes up with the fair catch signal, runs up to about the 15-yard line. The ball lands on about the 2 and goes right through. Did not fool a single person. All right, 1 minute and 4 seconds left to go. It is Baltimore at their own 20-yard line. 44-26 is the score. Next week, San Diego will host the Raiders, and Baltimore will host Miami. Schleister dumps it off to the left flat to Johnny Wright, the rookie from South Carolina and Columbia, and it's incomplete. So it'll be second down and 10 at the Colt 20-yard line.
Well, that was one of those long handoffs, throwing a screen pass out, hit him right in the numbers. He didn't hold on to the football.
And speaking of numbers, San Diego once again scoring above 40 points. 44 over Baltimore. They defeated Cincinnati 50-34 and San Francisco 41-37. Cleveland Franklin to the 25, and he gets out of bounds at the 29-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and 1. Andre Young was there, the rookie from Louisiana Tech.
Good block by Ray Donaldson, the center, on that last play. Got out in front of the ball carrier on that screen. That's the same play that they tried to run the time before, but the ball was not caught.
Curtis Dickey checks back into the backfield for Baltimore. Pass is almost intercepted. Lyndon King couldn't pull it in. It'll be 4th down and 1. Matt Bouza, the intended receiver. So it is 4th and 1 Baltimore at their own 29-yard line with 47 seconds left to go. And why not? Let's go for it.
Oh, yes.
I have a feeling, though, you give these Colts a couple of years, they're going to be tough.
They have some speed. I know, Curtis Dickey has got a lot of speed, and that's one thing you're looking for.
Pass is complete to Bernard Henry, and it is a 1st down at the 42-yard line.
I have a final. What about this score, Charlie? Philadelphia defeating the Dallas Cowboys 24-20.
That may be the biggest upset of the season. Here's the pass. It is complete. Bernard Henry. Henry to the 43-yard line. 16 seconds left. Preston was there for the defense. 8 seconds. He'll throw it away to stop the clock. No, it's caught. He better get out of bounds. With 2 seconds left.
One more
Matt
play.
Bouza caught it. So they'll have one more play. Do you go for the field goal?
No. You try one. Here's a good opportunity to practice the Hail Mary shot over here. Let people, because you only have one play left. And even if you score, it doesn't make any difference. It's 44-26 now anyway. But it's an opportunity to practice that particular play under
game conditions.
They are not going to do it, but that's what I do.
The Jets, Minnesota now final. Jets win it 42-14. Here's the last play of this game, barring a penalty. Well, that kind of puts the caption on it, I would say. The final score is San Diego 44, Baltimore 26. The Chargers win it. Their record now is 6-2.
This little demonstration is for everyone who thought they could never afford European performance.
The situation was cut and dry. Win this game, and the Chargers would win the division. Lose, and they would...
They've got 10 men on the line of scrimmage going after this punt.
Going for the corner, and it goes through the end zone.
The punt by Warwick Cooper into the end zone.
The fake of the fair catch signal by Glasgow. He goes up with the fair catch signal, runs up to about the 15-yard line. The ball lands on about the 2 and goes right through. Did not fool a single person. All right, 1 minute and 4 seconds left to go. It is Baltimore at their own 20-yard line. 44-26 is the score. Next week, San Diego will host the Raiders, and Baltimore will host Miami. Schleister dumps it off to the left flat to Johnny Wright, the rookie from South Carolina and Columbia, and it's incomplete. So it'll be second down and 10 at the Colt 20-yard line.
Well, that was one of those long handoffs, throwing a screen pass out, hit him right in the numbers. He didn't hold on to the football.
And speaking of numbers, San Diego once again scoring above 40 points.
The Colts do not have to concern themselves with the playoffs in 1982. Against San Diego, Matt Booza's touchdown catch and some inspired defensive play by Donnell Thompson, number 99, highlighted Baltimore's efforts. But they were merely drops of water in an endless sea of frustration. As usual, the Chargers' tidal wave of points was powered by Dan Fouts, who for the second time in 3 weeks threw 5 touchdown passes in a game. Kellen Winslow, number 80, caught 3 of Fouts' scoring strikes, while Wes Chandler grabbed the other 2 in San Diego's 44-26 win. Chandler, number 89, now has 894 yards, and with a game left, he has an opportunity to gain more than 1,000 yards receiving in a 9-game season. While the Chargers glided gracefully